I could turn the page in time, then I'd rearrange just a day or two. Close my eyes, but I couldn't find a way, so I'll settle for one day to believe in you. Tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Oh no, you can't disguise. Can't disguise, no you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Although I'm not making plans, I hope that you understand there's a reason why. Close your eyes. No more broken hearts. We're better off apart. Let's give it a try. Tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Oh no, you can't disguise. Can't disguise, no you can't disguise. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies.
All right, everybody. What is going on? A very appropriate song, I think, to start things off with. We are here for another round of Muse Bingo, everybody's favorite game. Chance to win a $100 Cash App. Wes Most did not forget the Cash App, everybody. So again, I'm joined with my man Wes. What's going on, Wes?
Hey, that's it.
Okay, and then I got Tiffany Lockhart is here. What's up, Tiffany?
Hello.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
So I got the bingo board pinned to the chat. It's free to sign up. Just you have to just sign up with your email, and you could play along with Muse Bingo. And we do have some really good news for you all. You basically got a free square because one of the squares is marked Clobber fucks up the stream, and 3 minutes before the stream started, Clobber fucked up the stream. So congratulations, everybody. Congratulations.
Mark it off.
Hey, mark it off. Clobber fucks up.
There's also a Tiffany says something dumb square, so you'll be probably marking that off within the first 30.
Yeah, you don't have to. You won't have to wait that
stream.
long to hear that one.
That is essentially a free
Geez.
square.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
It's not nice, but it's so accurate,
Yeah,
right? Am I right?
It's very accurate.
Yeah, it is right.
So what is going on, everybody? So yeah, I don't even remember what she was talking about the last time.
Well, probably some bullshit, like the bullshit that continues today.
Yeah. Once you said, what happened today?
Well, I've been sent. So one of her close, like her friends, one of the people that shows up in her streams to support her, or has in the past, sent me some of her tweets, because this person has been around Muse. I don't know how long. I mean, I know they were definitely around when Muse was accusing me of trafficking, and they've heard the story change so many times, and they're tired of it. So I guess she's privated her Twitter, and it's normally something she does when she's trying to rally support against me. And again, the story has changed that she left my home because she felt unsafe when a job offer I had promised her didn't materialize. And so she had to quickly find housing. It's like she doesn't understand that all of those text messages are there. That those there's no out of context. She's been claiming for over a year that things were presented out of context. then Crystal Metheny, show us the actual context, because that's all you've been saying.
Yeah, and she always says like, it's a one side of the story, or you're not hearing the other side of the story. What, like, then show us your side of the story. All she ever does is say what happened.
Well, yeah, and it's the same thing as Crystal. You're just getting one side. He won't allow me. No one's stopping anyone from sharing their side or community. That's what I did.
No, exactly.
I shared my side. I shared all of the text messages. I shared all of the important things, and all she said is, "Well, I can't because of court." There's no pending court case against me.
No,
but I have made it clear. I'm working with. I contacted R.M. Warner Law. They're a law firm that specializes in defamation with slander and libel. I have a video coming out with them this week. But, I mean, the reason why I initially, and I'll be honest, the reason why I got in contact with them is because I'm tired of her lying. And every time she posts another lie and makes another lie, it just extends. It's 2 years. There's a 2-year statute of limitations in Washington State. So every time she does it, she just renews the date of when I can actually go and file.
Jeez.
Because I'm tired of, because I have everything to prove that there was no trafficking. There was never a job offer. All these things are made up after the fact, and she just keeps renewing. And I'm going to go forward with it.
Yeah.
Because the point I made with that Crystal video, with that second video, was I'm not going to just make endless videos about someone and keep proving my case over and over again. I won the battle of public opinion, but now I'm ready to go to court.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, at this point, like, what else can you do? I mean, again,
that's it. I tried letting it go. I tried dropping it, and every time she's in a jam, she continues to bring me up and lie about this trafficking thing or this hush money thing. And the story has changed so many times. She's created her own receipts to prove that she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. And recently, she claimed she had amnesia. Because that was another convenient thing. Oh yeah, there was like some amnesia caused, and because 2 of the alts died, and then she fused together, and then she split apart.
Oh man,
like Voltrons.
Yeah,
and so
that's awesome.
Because she Voltrons, there was some amnesia. So if you're claiming that there's amnesia, so you don't remember these things, how do you remember these other lies? And the truth is, she doesn't.
Yeah,
so
no.
What a convenient way to cover your bullshit. Well, also don't forget, I have what's called convenient amnesia.
Yeah. Wait, she didn't call it convenient amnesia, did she?
Well, I mean, technically, if she went to any doctor, they would say, "Oh, what you have is a case of convenient fucking amnesia."
Yeah, yeah.
And they would give her sugar pills and tell her to take those until it was all better.
Right, and of course, she will have the most severe case of amnesia in human history.
Craziest side effects from sugar pills.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, right. All right, so let's get back into it. Let's start some Muse bingo again. Get your card; it's pinned in the chat.
Thinking, dude, I could be making like music right now. I could be doing something productive with my life, but instead, I'm actually losing time, money, and happiness focusing on these assholes. And it's like the same thing goes with like people say, okay, so this person admitted, they literally apologized. They said, "I'm sorry for raping you guys twice to me."
Yeah.
Why don't I pursue them legally? And it's like, well, first of all, because I don't want to see them in jail, because that's not my goal. I still, had.
Like, why is she shaking her head about not wanting to see someone in jail? As many times as she has called the police and the FBI on people.
I'm so glad that you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, like, no thank you.
Oh boy, Donde donated $3.
Thank you, Don.
Extortion.
Thank you, Donde.
Muse reminds me of Jodi Arias.
Gah! Jodi Arias. Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She is a lot like.
I think someone called her a Wish.com version of Jodi Arias.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember saying that.
That was good. That was good.
Because you order the Jodi, but then you get the Muse.
Or Seth or Mason.
Yeah. Or Ticka Ray Ray. I don't know all the names.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm sure. Well, because there's fusions and melt-offs and erosion.
Yeah, some of them had amnesia. Some of
the frosting melted. I mean, all kinds of stuff goes on. So I don't know the current roster.
It's hard to keep track. It is hard to keep track.
Compassion for that person and so forth. But I also don't want to. I also don't want to ruin my own life by being in court all the time. and hashing it out for the next 5 years or whatever. That's torturous. It's like punishing yourself for going through something that they already apologized for.
Why is she, I don't get why she's shaking her head and agreeing with this.
Well,
you know what it looks like? It looks like she's thinking of brewing up another court case.
I think she is. I mean, she's probably thinking of several court cases, but I mean, it's all the same thing as on Twitter. You're just mirroring.
Yeah.
You know, you're just mirroring. This person is saying these things are awful, so you're going to think they're awful too. If he sent a tweet out about it, you're going to retweet it and say boosting, even though no one interacts with you on Twitter or cares about what you have to say. But it makes that person think like, yeah, this person has my back. So then when you go later and claim, hey, I was trafficked a year and a half ago and I can't show you any proof at all, but I can tell you a lot of crazy fucking stories, that person will be more likely inclined to believe you because this person's had your back. That's all it is. If she was smarter, it's like Lauren. If she was smarter, she would be way more dangerous than she is. But because she lacks that intelligence to really think things through, or think about the consequences. Because if she would have thought about consequences, I would have been the last person that she would have thought she could pull this trafficking bullshit off.
Yeah, because she contacted you, like, it was right.
She was there when all that Vince stuff was going on. He was making, and how did that end for Vince? Like, it didn't end well.
Yeah, no, not at all. She saw it firsthand.
Exactly.
So like with that, I was just wondering with you, you know, what avenue you could take that would make your life better in regards to all of that and maybe be more effective.
For me, honestly, I try and just devote a lot of my time and energy to creation or
Bullshit.
She's a creator, Tiffany.
No, she creator of what exactly?
Mischief. Yeah.
Bullshit.
She's
lies.
Loki.
Stories.
Loki. That might be one of her. Loki might be one of her alts.
Hanging out with people that actually bring me joy. I think that it's more important to focus on the relationships that we do choose to keep around us than people who can't respect boundaries.
So if you would have said, you know, people who tell stories about me, I want to get revenge against them, and I want to tell the world, she would be like, yeah, I absolutely agree, because those people. So it's just like, oh, yeah, well, okay. So I focus on the people, because that was another thing she always brings up is people can't respect. You said my videos were me not respecting boundaries.
Right.
That first court case, I had never contacted her college. That first court case was when she claimed I wouldn't let her leave my home, and then afterwards I was keeping tabs on her by making videos.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And your videos were somehow domestic violence too, right?
They were domestic violence because they ruined the grift. So I mean, that's pretty violent. You have to go get it. You gotta go get a job.
I do.
You gotta get a job.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Way more of a them problem than it is a problem on us, because there's really nothing within your own actions or within anything that you could change really to change somebody violating consent or violating boundaries around privacy. Like, you just kind of have to keep chugging. I tend to spend a lot of time doing like work.
On TikTok.
Lying. Making stuff up.
Like this whole respect.
Retweeting myself.
Yeah, this whole respect privacy stuff. She's putting herself like. It's not like you're, again, I don't think you're backwards hacking her. She's putting all this stuff on public forums.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's all stuff that is either, that's been public, that's sent to me, or that's found. But no, well, she's bringing up the privacy thing because of Chris Hansen going to Onision.
Yeah, of course. And
since he had brought that up earlier, she's going to show him how, hey, we have a trauma bond. We both had our private, so she's claiming her privacy was violated because people contacted me to tell me about their shitty experiences with her.
Right.
And then I made content about it. So now people know about who she is and the shit that she's done. That's not violating privacy. Don't be a shitty person.
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
Get a job. I think that's the ultimate takeaway from this. Get a job.
Yeah.
You would have all this time to be making this bullshit.
I'm so glad that you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, like, no thank you.
Oh boy, Monetization donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, Ollie.
Sorry, sip of water. Anyways, Muse doesn't think you're sponge-worthy anymore.
Muse does
I'm
not think you're sponge-worthy anymore.
I'm not sponge worthy.
Thank you, Ollie.
Thank you. I wanted to real quick before we go on.
Yeah.
As far as the bingo cards, unless it specifically says like Clobber says this or Wes says this or Tiffany says something dumb, it needs to. It's going to be on the actual stream between Muse and Onision or whoever else joins their panel. But unless it specifically says Wes, Clobber, or Tiffany says something dumb, because that's the only Tiffany square. Tiffany says something dumb or Tiffany says something stupid.
Good luck
you might
with
have,
that.
Yeah, good. Well, there you go. Everyone mark off. If you have Tiffany says something
Yeah,
stupid,
that's basically a free
Go
square.
ahead and mark that one off.
Oh man.
But you can mark off Clobber fucks up the stream because
Yeah, and Tiffany says something. I'm gonna go ahead and give them the Tiffany.
yeah, we'll give, you got two free squares.
Right.
We wanted to make this as easy as possible, so we just
So there you go.
included stuff that we already knew was going to happen.
Yeah, so we're good.
Matthew's got bingo already. No, you're right on time, President-elect Hungwell.
Related Twitter things. But other than that, I try to I spend a lot of time outside, to be honest. I'm looking outside.
You spend a lot of time looking
'cause
outside or looking outside?
just
Looking outside is the same thing as going.
It's
outside.
close enough.
Yeah.
Thinking about a job is the same thing as having a job because it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, and thinking that you were trafficked, it's the same thing as being trafficked.
Well, that was Muse, and Muse is dead.
That's right. R.I.P.
So all we're getting is recounting from Deluxe.
Yeah, we just got to take Deluxe's word for
Yeah,
things, I
Deluxe.
guess.
Deluxe knows Deluxe had like a brief Cliff Notes version of what happened. Just kind of fill in the
Yeah,
blank.
Deluxe wouldn't steer us wrong, I don't think.
Deluxe would never steal anyone wrong.
I prefer to just kind of disconnect. I wish that I had more people that I could do creative things with. It's just hard with the pandemic and with having trust issues because I don't have a lot
I think
of
the
people.
trust issues are with everybody, but I think it's
It's
I think it's
reverse
the
trust issues.
yeah, exactly. I think
Right.
that the trust issues aren't on your end. They're Corey Quinn.
People around me that I used to have around me, but it was also really good pruning exercise, if you will, because the people that were willing to take money payouts, they did. So
Whoa. Okay.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, she's claiming that I've been paying people cash money to get stories
Oh,
about her. And another thing that I want to bring up is this is a homeless. This is a person who has, as she calls it, traveled the country. This is a person who has no home. Is homeless. How would I be able to track down people? I think she'd even said she'd lived 11 places in 2 years.
yeah.
How would I be able to track those people down? All these people contacted me and wanted to share their story. No one got a cash payout.
Yeah.
Her ex-roommate in Georgia sent me 2 of her journals that she had left behind as trash. I paid for shipping and handling. I even posted the receipt for that. It was like $17.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Yeah.
No one got a cash payout. But it does make her story sound like, wow, look how crazy I am. I'm paying people to find out information about this homeless grifter. No thanks.
Yeah. No thanks. No thank you.
Money payouts in regards to?
information about me, location about me.
Wow, location.
One of
You know-
my people.
You mentioned it yourself, but you're doing it. Remember you mentioned the Barbara Streisand effect, I think it was?
Yeah, that's why I had brought that up. was
You're doing it right now.
No, that's not why you brought it up.
No, it's
God.
not. Yeah. She completely forgot. He caught her, and so there are times during this interview when he's actually giving sage advice. He's trying to tell her, you keep bringing this shit up. You surround yourself in drama. You're constantly talking about drama, which is anyone who's lived with her before says the same thing.
Yeah.
It's constant drama with her. So he's trying to tell her, you're bringing this up so people are gonna want to go and search these things. They're gonna want to go and find these things, and she doesn't get it because she has a victim mindset.
Yeah.
Sniff.
Yeah. It's one of those things that you can't get it to stop to a degree because it's just
You actually can get it to stop.
Yeah, you can.
You're right.
You can just get offline
Step one.
Yeah.
Go to Walmart and apply for a job.
That will help too, or get offline, or just stop saying this crazy shit.
Yeah, like if you
that's a
want to
good
be
start.
this person who's all about positivity and being a good person and being your best person, you should start that with yourself and admit the shit you've done, and then either get offline or move forward. But like, no one's gonna listen to you or believe you, other than because there's a lot of crazy people online. Other than a small group of people who also believe they have 27 ailments, they'll also believe you.
Yeah.
But other than that, people are just going to look at you and laugh because they know what you did. It's like Onision's going to tell me how to like properly watch my kid. No one's going to listen to him on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like Tiffany's going to say, "Oh, that's not how you do math."
Yeah, right.
I like having my private life be private.
What?
Because I tend to
When?
put like the reasons that I've
She documents everything she does on some
Everything.
social media. Like if it's not TikTok, it's Twitter or YouTube. And
And it's the most mundane, stupid bullshit that no one cares about.
yeah.
Watching the stocks today.
Wait a
And
minute.
then 20 minutes later, I need to meet minimum payout so I can pay my bills. Like, which one is it?
stayed single.
Now everyone's thinking about your private life because you just talked about it.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
like to have
exactly. All the shit that you put out on Twitter.
Yeah.
Constantly, all day.
Yeah.
You're reminding everybody.
Of what a lolcow you are.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree because that's what I have to do.
Yeah, because
But at the same time, I'm
Onision's
not even paying attention.
Right.
Onision's saying it, so yeah, she just has to agree.
I like to have it. My people are important to me. So
What fucking people? Who are her people? I mean, besides the Corey and Quinn and besides her fake alts, who are her people? Is she referring to like her fans?
Probably like her fans and all. There are also people who
I'm so
claim to
glad
have
that you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, whew, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, whew, like, no, thank you.
Oh boy, Olitation donated $3 in backwards extortion. Wow, that is a really long donation notification.
I know,
You
I
easy
know.
loose.
I should have cut. In retrospect, I should have cut it down. But again, you can mark off clobber fucks up the stream. But yeah. But I didn't want to miss. I was gonna cut it down, but I didn't want to miss a word of that.
It's too good.
It's too good to like edit.
You're gonna cut down Samuel L. Jackson's monologue in Pulp Fiction because you think it's too long.
Right.
You don't paint over a masterpiece.
No, you don't. Yeah, she's my Mona
Wow,
Lisa.
I am so glad you think that notification is too long. Because if I had a shorter one, whew, wow.
No, thank you.
I mean, if you want to like see how cool my friends are, I have some pretty cool friends. Those fuckers I would die for at this point.
I would keep
but
that. I would just pretend like. I mean, I would.
So she's basically trying to like have Onision hang out with her and her dopey friends.
Well, I think that was more about, just so you know, it's throwing out a bone to those friends that are supporting her, because it's just another way of, it's just adding credits to the bank of Muse. So if you're watching this as one of her friends, and she's talking about how her friends are awesome and she would die for them,
Yeah,
that's a point.
No, Muse.
That's a point for them. Like, hey, oh my God, she shouted me out while she was talking with Onision.
I think Muse already did die for one of her friends.
Muse did die for.
Well, it was mainly for Quinn, but still.
Well, Muse died for the other alts because it was a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole big thing.
Just not have friends publicly in the sense that.
yeah.
Because
Unless
like
they're
my
public,
my most valuable friendships are secretive. Like they don't. A lot of people don't even know they exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smokey, I'm actually going to be. I'm going to be doing one a TCAP one this week.
I do talk about McFly. I talk about McFly a lot, who's like kind of a public friend because we've been friends for years. But I have other friends that I don't discuss because I don't want to make their life hard with all the stress that comes with
Muse doesn't seem to give a shit about
Real
that.
Stream.
Can we
Doesn't.
need to mark off Onision gives life advice.
Yeah. Is there
Mark that off.
is there a card that is there one a square that's just called Onision again?
There is not.
Oh, man.
Onision square.
Damn it.
Yeah,
And
that was my favorite.
RSN. There was one square that said RSN and one that said RSN shows up.
Yeah.
I fixed those. So far, just to recap, if you joined us late, we have Clobber messes up the stream.
You're welcome.
Onision gives life advice. Tiffany Lockhart says something stupid.
Oh.
That's
So those are the three that we're at right now.
okay. Let's see if we can get some more.
To come back, are you willing to talk to him? I'll yank him out if he turns into a bit over.
He said he was gonna be
overreaching.
nice though. And like we've talked a little bit in the private chat, so if he wants to come talk, he's welcome to. I don't know why people think that I'm so mean.
Really? You don't know why?
But what, is it really mean though, or is
No,
it just
it's telling the
crazy?
truth.
It's just a person you know better than to deal with because
Right.
it has nothing to do with mean.
No.
I'm really a nice person.
Dangerous. I think dangerous is a
Yeah,
more
that's
apt
dangerous,
description.
exactly.
Than mean. So RSN joins panel. That's about to come up. So if you have that one, go ahead and mark it off.
Okay, let's see what happens.
I promise, I'm only mean if you fucking try and spite me.
Oh, whoa!
Oh,
That
really?
sounds like an admission there. So asking me to leave my home because I have the text. She was very upset about that. She said she was in a panic, and then she said I needed to face my responsibilities, and so I guess I spied. And then she was mean by accusing me of trafficking, domestic violence, and child abuse.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
that was kind of mean.
It's spiteful.
To be fair.
Got it.
Okay, well, here he is.
Hey, oh wait, where'd you go, Nishan? Why did you leave, sir?
It's just
Wait.
me and you. It's
All
just me
right.
and you. I'm your honey.
I was curious if you was gonna talk about some of this like documentary stuff, but it's all right. Okay, so how
I
you-
don't. Sorry, hold on. I don't care about the documentary. I haven't watched it.
you, what, I just wanted to ask you about Deaf Noodles. Do you know about that or no? That he was
The
involved.
weird one.
I saw an article where he's wearing like headphones or something with a little cat ear.
Muse is so relieved that so far no one's talking about me and trafficking and FBI and dog kicking and
Let's talk about noodles.
yeah, let's talk about what a piece of shit somebody else is.
Look like they belong on a child.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how can you take that seriously? But
Oh,
Now-
okay. Well,
She was laughing and shaking her head like she also didn't dress like a child.
I'm so
And
glad that you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my
I
vicinity,
should have added it.
whew, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating,
In retrospect.
no thank you.
Oh boy, Monetization donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, Ollie.
I am so glad that you find me to not be pretty because if I had to have people like you around my vicinity.
Okay.
I'm glad that I'm repulsive because fuck the energy that you're radiating. Like, no thank you.
I'm so glad that you find me
I
to not be
got
pretty,
it,
because
Ollie,
if
got
I
it.
had to have people around you in my vicinity, whew, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating,
I fucked up, man. Okay, I fucked up.
no thank you.
Oh boy, Gorilla Face Gwen donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, Gwen.
I send you nudes and have a pot
I got
pie in
'em.
the oven ready every evening and you still don't trot your ass up to Maine. Are you fucking cheating on
I would
me?
never cheat on you, Gorilla Face Gwen. How dare you even accuse me of that? Oh god.
anyway, so about you. So you're going by the shift now, right? Is that your
Yeah.
handle? Okay.
Well, that's just my
Yeah, for now. Check back with me in a few
3
days.
weeks.
Yeah.
channel name. I plan on doing like more interviews stuff to like build a community rather than participating so much in like other people's communities, because I think that it's great that all streamers kind of have their own little niche, and I kind of want to work to create my own little spot on the internet to chill.
If you stream every day, you'll get there. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, I did. Once you start streaming every day, you'll get a community. You know.
I wish that I
No, she won't. You'll get a community that you could take advantage of.
How
You
did
know,
I-
a lot more people from Kiwi Farms who would be
Yes.
because that's what they love. They need. I mean, if you look, a lot of the people that are really popular, they stream a lot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
by all means, by all means.
Oh man, like if
stream every day.
if she did that, like I might just turn into just a Muse channel. Like that,
Yeah,
I would be just, it would be just constant, like, recaps, like
daily updates, like Sports Center.
Yeah, like
With
those,
all News bullshit.
like the people who do like Amberlynn Reed videos and stuff. I'd be like that, but for Muse Talks.
Well, you keep those pretty fingers crossed.
Yeah, they are, man.
I don't have the drive for that. I wish that it was something.
She'd
Can
basically
you
say,
pause real quick?
I'm a lazy
So I
fuck.
completely lost my train of thought wherever I was going before those donations came in.
Oh, mark that square.
So you have Wes loses train of thought. That's a mark off.
Yeah.
Thing that I felt more creative with, but live streams are very hard for me to be creative.
Can I ask you a
What are the
question?
questions, though?
Oh, okay. So about this, like I know you were going.
Oh, so wait, why are live streams hard for her? Because like
Because
She wants to be creative.
Oh.
It's not her creative space.
it really depends
I think
on.
it's because
the day.
people are asking her like live asking her questions
Yes.
that she doesn't want to answer.
That
Yeah.
was the story before, is that the safety because of the hate mob that comes in after her, so she can't do it. The story just changes
Yeah.
day by day.
Yeah.
I'll get blamed for it eventually.
Yeah. It'll somehow be domestic violence.
Yes.
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
can you touch on like the whole trafficking aspect? Like what happened
Yeah.
there?
All right, here we go.
Yeah. RSN asked for trafficking clarification.
Let's see. This was what I was waiting for in this stream. So let's see what happens.
It's still open, so I've talked about that on public platforms because I know people watch my shit. But it's still open. It's still pending. I'm basically just a sitting duck right now.
Oh, give me a fucking break. What?
It's been 16 months.
Pending where?
A sitting duck.
So just so you guys know, Washington was the first state to pass trafficking laws, sex trafficking laws, and trafficking laws. They take that shit very seriously here.
Yeah.
If there was a trafficking case from March of 2020, it would not still be open and pending now. Now, there's a chance she continuously calls the National Trafficking Hotline.
Probably.
But if you watch the video on my channel, when I called them and had the conversation with them, all they are is a reporting operation.
Yeah.
You call them, and they will determine if they need to contact the police or not. But what the trafficking hotline's not going to do is say, oh, Miss Lockhart, you're being trafficked? Tell you what, call the police tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Yeah, right.
They're going to hook you up.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's a reason you didn't call the police.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sure she does keep calling over and over and over again so that she can say, technically, there's an open case, because they don't open or close anything.
Well, I'll tell you, if I'm a sitting duck, I think the best place to hide out is on a channel with 1.5 million subscribers or whatever.
Yeah, no, that is the best place to hide out.
Although,
Absolutely.
with the views and stuff he's been getting, it's actually maybe not such a bad idea.
It's very low in comparison.
Yeah,
to what
yeah.
There should be.
Which is a super uncomfortable position to be in, but they have a 98% conviction rate. So
Wow.
with these types of cases, it's a sit and watch game.
Oh,
And
I don't think that's how those cases work. I don't think that they take their time with human trafficking.
Well, if you're going to get a 98% success rate, it's going to take a lot of time to
I guess
build up
so.
that evidence. And then at that point, you're going to start creating evidence, because 98% conviction rate is non-existent.
Yeah.
But so if you're going to do that, you're going to make up evidence of, like, I'm going to open up my car to put groceries in it, and there's going to be like 3 Asian boys in there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you guys doing here? Then SWAT pulls up behind
Right.
me, and I'm busted for trafficking. That's how you get a 98% conviction.
Sounds like a typical Wednesday for me. Yeah. This is the same stream, Geisha.
because you know how quickly they contacted you.
Onision basically dipped out and let RSN take over, and RSN asked about human trafficking, and now she's talking about open investigations and pending cases and all this bullshit.
yeah. Well,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what
be
she
honest.
just said there?
No.
She
Yes.
said, you remember how quick they contacted you.
Yeah.
Which is an excellent point. She calls the FBI on everyone, but they contacted him very quickly. It's been 16 months.
Yeah.
And screw all the other people that you've trafficked that are currently at your home right now
They're
and in
fine.
danger.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
They're fine.
They got chicken
Yeah.
fries.
Yeah, they have to wait. They're also sitting ducks.
I got
They have to wait
insulation.
for this.
I got insulation in that shed, and I put a Nintendo DS in there. Now, there's no games or battery, but they get to pretend.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's just as much fun.
I think so.
I don't really talk to like Wes or anything like that, and I'm not really. I mean, he's got his own thing and everything. He's been on like as an interview, but I'm not really involved what he does. But that's why I was just.
Is he distancing himself from you?
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
All right.
It's like, is he like a pimp then? What does he do? Like, how does that work?
I don't really know the full. I know more than the public does, but like in the grand scheme of things, I was there for 2 weeks. I don't know what people assume that I would have more knowledge.
Well, that's funny because you accused me of trafficking.
Yeah.
That's why people think. I don't know why people think I had information about that. You said I trafficked people.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's just, I've seen that he worked for Seeking Arrangements, which is an escorting.
She always
So-
brings that up.
She does.
Yeah.
This is someone who. So yeah, I was director of marketing for Seeking Arrangement. I was director of marketing for several dating websites. It's a lucrative career field. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and being a director of marketing is nothing like being a pimp. I also worked with an international Russian dating. So I mean, I'm sure she would also say that was being an international e-pimp. But it's funny because this is a person who has been a stripper. I believe she said before that she did some escorting. I don't even really know. But I worked at Seeking Arrangement 8 years ago.
All right.
So
Yeah. And again, I mean, it's a company just like any other company. You know,
Exactly.
it's not
Yeah.
like, you know,
It's just like Tinder or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Think of
just
that
a
as
it's just
trafficking.
a convenient way to say, well, look, he's a bad person. He worked for this. He worked for. Don't you dress like a baby and show your butthole off for free on Twitter?
Right.
This isn't about me.
For 39-cent tokens.
This isn't about me, guys.
Yeah. Wes is a bad guy.
Site.
Oh.
And that was part of the initial interactions that I had with him, questions about my job. He was on my OnlyFans. He is blocked now.
So that's another thing. So being on someone's OnlyFans when they relentlessly promote it.
Yeah.
It's not like that's again, this isn't someone that I like grew up with and I babysat. So I don't understand. She was constantly promoting it and talking about how she had no money. I support several people on OnlyFans. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I worked in that industry for a very long time. But again, I was successful at it. So there is a big difference. But so to me, it's not a big deal. It's really weird that she tries to also bring that up. So if she was so uncomfortable about me being on her OnlyFans prior to her moving here, how the fuck did she move here?
Yeah. And like, she should be happy with any subscription that she gets to her OnlyFans.
Exactly. And that's another thing is when you go around doing stuff like this and you're telling people like, oh, so and so is on. You think anyone's gonna want to subscribe to you?
No. Yeah.
Because you're making that information public as if it somehow makes me a criminal.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's the same thing as Joran asking people about donation names on PayPal. Once that information gets out there, and she said that several times, she's tweeted that. So these are people who are potentially looking for whatever reason to join her OnlyFans or any. And do you think they're going to want to when they're seeing that she's outing people who are paying members on her? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's a weird situation. I don't think that it's really my job to decide where that falls legally.
She's my moral compass.
So the original question was, is he a pimp or something? Was he trafficking? And she hasn't answered the question. Now she's saying it's not her point to decide. I think most trafficking victims could, unless they're children or they're mentally incapacitated in a way to where they don't understand what's going on, they could tell you if they were trafficked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's nothing. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it, Jay. It's just the way she's presenting it is just, I don't know.
am just asking to be left alone for the most part. It takes up way too much of my time to have to constantly secure my profiles and look over my shoulder.
What do you have to say to these people? Because obviously,
can I answer Jay real quick? Jay, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to show nudes or show things like that at all. It's when you do those things, but then you try and throw stones at other people. She is a person who tries to make money in the adult industry. I was a person who worked in the adult dating industry and the regular dating industry for a long time. I also own several adult websites, so I obviously don't have a problem with it, but I also wouldn't try to use it as a way to show that someone's a bad person.
Yeah, she's given Wes shit for being involved in an online dating site when she is involved in like a very similar,
Well, she was on that dating site before.
Right,
so,
yeah.
I mean, so to give me shit for working at a site that you yourself were, that would be like giving someone shit for working at McDonald's, but you go to McDonald's every day to eat. It doesn't make any sense. You're not any better. We're in that same boat as far as that goes. Just again, I was way more successful at it. But so I don't understand why she tries to use it as a way to prove that I'm a bad person. It's because she's going to use anything she has because she has fucking nothing.
Jen asks, do you think she'll ever grow out of this, or is she pretty much stuck like this forever? Unless like she gets some kind of big payday. I mean, I think really the only two options that exist for her, she's either going to go to jail, or she's going to sink her her claws in somebody, and I don't know.
I honestly feel like if anything would have changed her, it would have happened within this last year.
You would have hoped,
with getting caught and called out. I honestly think that this ends with her pissing off the wrong person or making up lies about, because you get older and people are less willing to give you a chance and give you a pass, and they're less willing to give you a free place to stay. And that's when people start getting desperate and they do dumb things and they participate in I don't really know, but I don't see her outgrowing this. Unless she's incarcerated and forced to undergo therapy. But even then, go to all the therapy you want. If you don't believe there's anything wrong with you, and if you don't want to accept that therapy, it's not going to mean shit.
Well, yeah, she goes.
Yeah, and she doesn't. She's not interested in therapy. She's interested in having somebody who's going to shake her head just like she does at Amnesia and is like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Trauma. But there's no growth happening at all. So in order for her to change, she's going to have to do the changing. And unfortunately, just like you guys are saying, she's going to be in a position to be forced to do that.
Yeah.
At some point, it's going to happen.
In the chat, some of these people there try to say you're a scammer and this and that. What do you have to say to these people to make them be like, hey, listen, like what you're saying is not true? Like what do you have to say? Like ultimately,
I mean, I can't really do much. I've posted what documentation I did have prior. I literally
you can do if you have all this proof, you can just show it. You actually can do a whole lot, Muse. If he's such a bad guy, if you're not a scammer, you could just, instead of waving a blurry phone, show any proof of any of the things that you claim. Just one.
I had to rework my medical system, basically. So I have switched over literally everything to go get reevaluated.
So again, I mean, not answering the questions and the word salads, which are delicious, but he asked a very direct question, what can you do? And she said, well, I've shown all the documentation I can. And if anyone remembers, that documentation was the problem list on that TikTok when she didn't go to court. Yeah. And then she was like talking about how she was literally dying and that she was terminally ill, right?
She was terminally ill.
Yeah, she was terminally ill.
Chronically terminal.
She was terminally ill and that she was having 2 surgeries that might allow her to live. She was blaming Chris Hansen for murdering her. Mm-hmm. It was a lot, but she showed a problem list, which is not a diagnosis list, because it mentioned things like if Ree is in the chat, she made an amazing video.
Yeah, I saw her.
Ree has a lot of experience with the medical system because of things that were happening with her husband, who is like doing really well now. So
That's good.
awesome.
That
When
is
when I first met Ree, he was not in a good spot, and she was super stressed out. And now she's like, I think, going out to rock concerts. And
Oh, that's great.
getting Orange Julius, and I made those last two.
Okay.
She made a video, and she points out like some of the things were, I don't know. I want to say it was a infantile cradle cap or something, or like
right.
Failure to thrive.
Heartburn in birds, I think, was one of them. She studies bird law.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it was a problem list, and it was a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm keeping these things up. They all got taken down, but they were saved.
Yeah.
Check out Ree's video. If you haven't seen Ree's video where she breaks down that entire problem list, check it out.
Yeah, Count Chocolitis. She's had a lot of shit wrong with her.
Clearly cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
3 separate surgeries.
So yeah, you're right. So he asked her, like, why are people calling you a scammer? And now she's talking about surgeries and medical ailments. It's like, that's not what he didn't ask you that.
But that's the go-to. Just like
I know.
Justin McFetridge, if someone asked him about something, he'd be like, well, with my walk, I can't do a whole. So you gotta pepper in that excuse. I've been doing a lot of stuff real quick with the EDP situation, and I noticed in live streams and even in his confrontation, when being asked about being a pedophile, he would bring up his dead mother. Whether it was my mom, God rest her soul, she used to always tell me, and he told them that during the confrontation. So people have their go-tos, and her go-to would be the thing that, even though she claims, I never wanted to be known for my medical ailments, it was her entire fucking platform was medical ailments. And so far I have EDS, autism, osteoporosis.
Yeah, I love how she starts it with so far.
You find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. It's like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, like, no thank you.
No thank you.
Oh boy, Lord Hammercock donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, Lord Hammercock.
Wes tried to traffic me too, but I lost all the evidence in a terrible fire. This is not the poop frog.
So, to be clear, that is not the poop frog.
It's not him. So
Wes tried to traffic Lord Hammercock, but unfortunately, Muse had all the evidence, and they all burned in that terrible fire.
Did that happen?
That does happen.
Yeah.
That does happen.
Since being home for a year, so there's no way that I could fake those procedures and also install equipment on myself. So the allegation.
She mentioned three surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like, how does that prove that you're not a scammer, that you didn't make these things up, that you haven't been lying to people for a long time? There is evidence that there's a feeding tube. People ask me all the time, was a feeding tube fake? No, she left bloody bandages on the windowsill and in my shower, proving that thing was real. Now, I don't believe she has it any longer, but I don't believe that's by her own choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was based off some stuff that she had posted. I believe the hospital probably forced it to be removed because it wasn't being used anyway.
Right.
Or at least not how it was supposed to be
used.
Not
properly being used.
But calling, and I know there's probably people in the chat now who have had feeding tubes because, and they all contacted me to tell me that it's like a 30-minute thing max to get a feeding tube. Most people do it themselves.
Oh, no shit.
And that was one of the issues with the person she lived with after living at my house, is that she was constantly going back to the hospital and trying to force them to change it or clear it. And they told her, you need to stop eating garbage and drink your formula.
Yeah.
And on the way home from that,
she went and got chicken fries.
Visit, she sent them. I have them, so it will be a video eventually. But the message was, hey, on your way, can you grab me McDonald's? Something about blood sugar.
Yeah. I love that there's always like a medical reason for wanting to eat chicken fries.
That they bought for.
They're medically delicious. Jen Simpson, we're playing a line, so vertical, horizontal, diagonal.
Yeah. Do you want to go over what we got?
Yeah, let's go over what we have so far. We have RSN joins panel. Wes loses train of thought. Clobber messes up the stream.
I'm
Technical
so glad.
glitch.
that you
Speaking of
find me
Clobber
to
messing
not
up
be
the stream.
pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, whew, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. It's like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, whew, like, no thank you.
Oh boy, not Joran donated $3.
Okay, this is not Joran, just so people
Guys,
know.
my new a cappella/comedy group is starting up. Called the Rhode Island Saints. Just a small donation will help, as my Not Music channel recently got hijacked.
Oh no.
Unrelated, that Joran guy seems pretty talented, whoever he...
He does seem very talented. Thank you, Not Joran.
Very good.
Yeah, a small donation to Not Joran. Okay, so Aris, so go through the bingo again.
Yeah, RSN joins panel. Wes loses train of thought. Clobber messes up the stream. Technical glitch.
Yep.
RSN asks for trafficking clarification. Onision gives life advice. Tiffany Lockhart says something stupid and then never opens her mouth again. 'Cause that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You've just been really. I'm getting a lot of complaints in the chat here. Why isn't
Oh,
Tiffany
really?
talking?
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah. No.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
No.
Nobody cares.
You'll never hear that.
Forward were really just to distract from the point that I happened to be there while some phone calls were taking place.
It's so funny that like she says.
No. Hold on, dude. You
Okay.
can't-
And I
you
know
gotta go
that
back, 'cause
Chris Hansen
Okay.
and
we need to
Wes
hear
were
this whole
talking a
thing.
lot.
We need to hear this whole
Like,
thing.
they were very into...
Saying's not true. Like, what do you have to say? Like ultimately.
I mean,
to that-
like, I can't really do much. I've posted what documentation I did have prior. I literally had to rework my medical system, basically. So I have switched over literally everything to go get reevaluated. I've had 3 separate surgeries since being home for a year. So there's no way that I could fake those procedures and also install equipment on myself. So the allegations that they brought forward were really just to distract from the point that I happened to be there while some phone calls were taking place. And I know that Chris Hansen and Wes were talking a lot. Like, they were very into this idea of this being a money grab. And once I found that out, and once he went to the courthourse and recorded it, I was like, this has gone way too far.
So
Like,
you pause,
Okay.
please.
Yeah. Please. It was killing
For
me.
RSN's face.
It was killing me. Yeah, I know that is good.
His eyes.
It's killing me inside. Why does she think that like it's a money grab? Like nobody
Well,
knows who fucking Muse Talks is.
No. So you're missing what's going on.
Oh,
So
okay.
She's not on the Muse show right now. This is the
No, she's-
Onision show.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
right.
Onision had a documentary made about him on Discovery Plus. Onision has claimed that all the people involved were in it for a money grab. My first videos about Chris Hansen and those Bakeline videos, I accused him and Vince of running a money grab. So she's claiming that the time she was at my home, when I was still feuding with Chris Hansen, that him and I were working together.
Mhm.
And so there's a couple squares that need to be marked off because this is the Chris Hansen conspiracy.
Yeah. This is.
What he's claiming is that Chris and I were having hushed private phone calls discussing, and basically I guess we were saying like, hey Chris, after you take down that Onision guy, there's this girl across the hall from me. I'm going to do some backwards extortion. We're going to pop out another documentary. What do you think?
Yeah.
And he was like, excellent.
Yeah. All right.
So Muse discusses hush money needs to be marked off because I forgot that one earlier. And then the Chris Hansen conspiracy. So Chris, so what she's trying to, and so this was her way in with Onision. She was saying,
Right.
look, Chris Hansen, but him and Wes, because I had that connection with trying to talk to Onision at the courthouse, they were working together even back then and so they were trying to make this into a bigger thing. So she's now, this has never been a claim she's made before, but now and this is in relation to the trafficking. So you're saying that maybe I was a pimp in trafficking because Chris Hansen and I were talking about a money grab. Then she mentions I went to the courthouse and recorded it, and she thought it went too far. I went to the courthouse a month before she moved to my house.
Yeah. But okay, what I'm not understanding is like is the theory that like first we take care of Onision and then we go after the real target, which is Muse Talks.
Did you not hear it? I said.
Yeah, I just don't get
And
that.
after and then Chris.
I guess I
Hansen
get.
said,
Yeah,
that was
I guess
exactly-
I can't process. I guess I just can't process it.
because you're just not thinking ridiculously enough.
Yeah.
Try making yourself a victim and then think about how you would process.
I am a victim.
It's like as far as like that, like the whole situation of money. Does he owe you money then? Like what's
I
up
mean,
with that?
yeah, that's why he tried to frame me for extortion.
Frame you? He tried to frame you. What? He offered you $500 to get the fuck out of your house. That's somebody
she
frame
admitted
me.
to, which she admitted to, right? Like just on that stream with Onision.
Did you lose your train of thought?
No, did I cut out?
Yeah, you did.
No, I said no. She admitted it on that stream with Onision.
Oh, right, okay.
That it was money that she claimed that it was money I offered her up front. Like, hey, when you move out, I'm going to give you this amount of money. That wasn't the fact. It was 4 days before she left. I was like, hey, I don't want you here. I want you out by this date, and you're going to get this amount of money. If you're out by this date, you're going to get more money because I'd like you to be gone sooner than later.
Yeah.
But because of Washington state law, I couldn't have. I knew that if I just said you need to leave, she would come back with the police and say,
Yes.
I was wrongfully evicted.
Right.
So I needed to do it legally. So I looked up what the state law was, if it needed to be in writing, which it did. So I provided it to her on that Google Doc because I wanted it in writing with the date that it was given, so I could prove that. I didn't trust this girl at all. So I did all, and that's why even the very first line where I'm being so specific about needing to know the Uber driver's name, but I don't need to know who she's with or where she's going, because I didn't want to give her a reason to try and claim that I was doing something to her. That's why I chose a Walmart to give her all her stuff. I didn't want to meet her. I wasn't going to anyone's house.
Yeah.
I wasn't going anywhere that there weren't lots of cameras and people around.
Right, yeah.
And that's why you put her stuff in suitcases.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, she asked for it in trash bags. Mm-hmm. And I knew that if I gave it to her in trash bags, I'd seen, I knew that she was going to go and post it and be like, I got my stuff back, and show these trash bags. So
I guess I'm nothing but a piece of trash to Wes.
Yeah, since this is how trafficking victims get their stuff back.
Yeah.
In trash bags. So yeah, I mean, it was all just part of the larger game.
Yeah.
For his own contract, he still owes me. I think it was like 300, 500, something like that.
Oh, you have no idea? No idea how much it is.
I don't know, 500. When you're a baller like me, those figures don't even matter.
Right.
So it was 500 to leave my house by the end of March, and she knew that. But so she said just a few seconds ago that it was hush money that's still owed to her, and then she said per his own contract, $300 or $500. If it's a contract, how is it a hush money contract?
Yeah, I don't think you can really do that. I don't think that's legal.
And also contracts are signed. This was just rules I gave her with a move out date.
Yeah, it's contradictory. Like it can't be hush money if it's in a contract. You know.
That if you leave by this date, you're going to get money. That's not hush money.
No, that's it's what we call it. It's get the fuck out money.
Yeah.
I've gotten that before.
Yeah, I know. In fact, I just offered.
leave the street. Here's $20.
Yeah.
Did you guys get that like notarized or anything like that?
No, so that's why I never asked. Like, I asked for the money because of the fact that it was an agreement, but like it was never.
Can I chime in real quick?
Uh-oh.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's this shit about notarizing? If you have a verbal agreement with someone and it's acknowledged, if it's acknowledged by the other person, then it's a valid agreement in court. People talk about...
Wait, it doesn't... I don't know why, Muse, you're shaking your... Like, it doesn't sound like he's on her side. Like, I don't know.
She doesn't... He's saying something, so she needs to agree with it. It doesn't matter what... She's not even listening to what he's saying.
Yeah.
As long as it's nothing anti-her. It doesn't matter.
But this seems to be anti-her, though. But maybe
she doesn't see it that way.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I don't know if he intends it to be that way.
Maybe not. He probably doesn't.
Because Arsen's the one who asked about the notarization, not her.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Come on, notary. The reason you have a notary is just in case that person contests that the agreement ever happened. If both people agree that it occurred, it's done.
Well,
That's it.
I understand. It's just like when you bring that stuff to court, a lot of times it can fall through, and they
That
can
was
be like,
never a part of the court agreement on my end. He did try to file criminal charges. I have not filed any criminal charges.
Wait a minute. What about is domestic violence now? Has that been decriminalized?
Calling 911 is filing charges. That's why the police told me to call the Seattle police to have her charged with filing a false report.
Yeah.
Because they came there to arrest me.
I'm so glad that you find me to not be pretty. Because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, like, no thank you.
Oh boy, Joran's dog Noseballs donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, Joran.
God wasted them big ass teeth on someone who won't eat.
I have done.
This is not the poop frog.
This is not the poop frog. God wasted them big ass teeth on someone who won't eat.
The process.
I was thinking it might have been poop frog before.
I did think
Yeah,
that was
better
my but they insist it's not poop frog. So
Right.
Of basically.
But yeah, no, she I don't know. Like she yeah, you're right. Calling 911 is filing charges.
Yeah, no, I mean, believe me, if there was a way for her to file charges against me for making those videos, for not letting her stay in my home, she would have. She did everything she could. She called the domestic violence hotline.
Yeah.
She called the trafficking hotline, and she reported me for child abuse, claiming that I said I wished I beat my son more when he was a kid because he's a bad kid,
Right.
And that I never wanted him. I mean, like, crazy shit. So she tried everything she could to get back at me for getting her out of my house. So no, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I called the police when she said, "Give me that money or we're going to court." That's extortion. This person already proved. This was after she had called the police on me and accused me of trafficking. She said, "You promised me that money. Give me that money, and I'll go away." And so I'm not giving you shit. Because she claimed, remember, that she said it was a racial profiling.
Yeah.
She had no idea why the police were there, or that they were only supposed to be there to watch, and it was racial profiling.
She's tempted to complain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's racial profiling. I'm tempted to complain. And Lockhart was like, "That's bullshit. Like, the 911, like, it'll all be on the 911 call."
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I had to request that, but it was going to take a while. It had to be closed first. It was closed that night because the police looked at everything and they knew there was no trafficking here. They were like, "You need to call the police on her." So yeah, I mean, she's called on me lots of times. I wonder if I could do a Freedom of Information Act to request all of the police reports made about me by her.
But and then she also made reports against the very person that she's talking to.
Oh yeah, but they made good since that. She apologized to him.
Oh, okay.
He gets an apology. I mean, I won't. But
No, you're not going to.
No, but so he got an apology. I think because they're both like they're both in Onision Discord or something. I don't know.
Oh.
She said something about that. So yeah, she would seem to be like, "Well, I have to make good with this person because I need to make good with Onision."
Okay.
So the enemy, and if she believes he's against me, then the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Mm.
Assessing the situation with the necessary informants, if you will.
Not a real word.
No, if you will.
With the proper evanescence, if you will.
Like, I've not, even
I'm
with
so
my
glad that you find me to not be pretty.
because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. 'Cause,
Man.
like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating,
Thank you, Ollie.
like, no thank you.
Oh boy, monetization donated $3 in backwards extortion. Is going on Judge Judy out of the question, Wes? Imagine looking at Muse's deranged anime face on a Hyde TV.
Yeah, have you considered Judge Judy, Wes?
That would be amazing.
That'd be a very special Judge Judy, sure. I think that should happen.
My last case that you reported on, there were no criminal charges.
Okay. So
Like,
what?
I don't know why people think I'm out here trying to get people arrested. I don't like the prison system.
Oh, because you called-
call the people who can arrest people.
Yeah, the 911 calls on it's available. So let's not that's not made up. That is her voice calling 911, claiming she escaped a trafficker. The day after posting on a Discord, I just escaped a sex trafficker. I'm so glad I got away. You know, but like being cryptic because you need people to contact you privately and say, "Are you okay?" So you can build all that bullshit rapport with them. But yeah, I mean, so people aren't pretending that this person is crazy and makes shit up about people. This person is crazy and makes shit up about people.
Yeah. She is aware that like that 911 tape is out, right? Like, I don't,
but but you just pretend it doesn't exist.
yeah, that's a good. That's not a bad idea.
I mean, it's what she just pretends like none of those things, but they're all taken out of context.
Well, and she's hoping that nobody like fact checks any of this stuff too.
Well, that's the thing though, is that when you change your name a whole bunch of times, it's really hard. Because I looked her up when her and I first started talking, but the name that she was using was not the name she had been using a month before.
Yeah.
So you look that up and nothing comes up other than stuff that they've been doing recently.
System. I don't think it's a just way of reform.
Okay, well that's good then. So what exactly do you want to happen and everything, like with the situation? How would you?
I would like to be left alone so that I can just vibe.
That's how you like to wrap up. You just
Oh, and by the way, subscribe to my channel and check out my. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, but please leave me alone.
Follow my Twitter so that you can hear me complain constantly about things that aren't actually happening.
just would like these people to stop talking
Oh wait, did Reed? Did you have a bingo?
about you and everything.
Or
like
did
that,
somebody?
right?
Did somebody have a bingo? She's just vibing.
People are obviously going to
She's vibing vibing and filing.
talk about whoever the fuck they want to. That's not the part that I'm like bitter about or like upset about. It's the fact that when you take somebody to court for 8 months and they literally have to pay your legal fees, and then they're dumb enough to probably watching this live stream.
Well, okay, let's pause
Oh
it.
my god.
She got you
Let's
there.
pause it.
She does have you there.
Muse claims court took 8 months. Mark that off if you have that one. And I already clarified this, but court was 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was over two separate court cases. The first time she didn't show up because she was too sick making TikToks, and the second time we went to court. The first time her lawyer had never even filed that she would be appearing for Muse. Like, it was a mess. So it got set out another 2 weeks, and then we had court, and they just told a bunch of bullshit lies. And so no, it was never 8 months, and that's really, really easy for anyone to see. But yeah, you're just hoping that 1% of people who just believes anything without fact checking is going to latch onto this.
Well, it's funny she's giving you shit for like watching the stream. If she's gonna be talking about you on a stream, why wouldn't you watch it? You know?
Well, I mean, she watches my videos.
Yeah, I'm sure she's watching this.
She needs to act like of course she is. But she needs to act like she's above it.
Yeah.
You know,
I just want to be left
that
alone.
guy won't stop. I want to be left alone, but I'm going to continue posting about him on Twitter and calling him a trafficker to the point where he's contacting lawyers who specialize in defamation. That's not asking to be left alone. That's asking to actually go to court and face consequences for making bullshit up about people. And that's not as easy as pretending to be sick and saying that you're scared and having some lawyer who's going to jump up and defend you, because defamation is a whole different animal than personal injury. And it's really, really hard to find a lawyer who knows how to handle this type of case.
Yeah. Do you want to go through can you go through the bingo? What we got, Mark, so far?
I've got RSN joins panel. Wes loses train of thought. Muse claims court took 8 months. The Chris Hansen conspiracy. Tiffany Lockhart says something stupid, but it sounds amazing. Clobber messes up the stream. Technical glitch.
Yeah.
RSN asks for trafficking clarification. Onision gives life advice. Valuable life advice.
Mm-hmm.
And Muse discusses hush money.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I have a problem with, is just the downright disrespect of my boundaries. If I say I don't want you in my life and that you cannot manage my life for me, I don't need to report to you for shit. Like, tried to have me say where I was going on Ubers for safety. This is all on the public contract.
So you think he was trying to control you?
Go ahead, Wes.
Why point people to that when it's there?
She keeps making that mistake.
Specifically say, I don't need to know where you're going or who you're with. Tell me the name of the driver. So if you're murdered or they find you in a ditch somewhere, I can tell the police where to start.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, you would ask that of anyone who was staying in your home who's like, they're taking off somewhere. Who's the name of the driver? Because there are crazy Uber and Lyft drivers out there. You hear stories all the time. For my own liability reasons, since she was staying in my home, that's all I asked for, the name of an Uber driver. And that is in the house rules that she's pointing out, which all these people that she's lying to, trying to convince, if they see those house rules, they're going to say, it doesn't say that at all. Where was I trying to control her life? And she's saying, if I don't want you in my life, you should just let me go. That's what I tried with her. I want you out of my life. I'd like you to leave. But she couldn't leave it at that. She would have been $500 richer and living with someone who wasn't already tired of her yet.
Yeah, and not had a single video made about her.
Exactly, because no one other than Lockhart, no one even knew that she was here. I just bitched to Lockhart about it.
Yeah.
And you're welcome for
wasn't-
that, Tiffany.
Oh, thank you.
I
so
wouldn't
much.
want. I didn't want to hear about it.
Right. Wasn't she really upset that you were ghosting?
Yeah.
That was
yeah, she
another thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
She was complaining.
Oh,
like I was.
hold on, baby. Hold on.
Around you in the house.
I'm so lost.
because
Oop.
I'm glad that I'm repulsive because, like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating. Like, no, thank you.
Oh boy, moldy old box of just donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, Moldy.
Where do you get the bingo boards? I cannot find a link. BTW this in not poop frog.
Definitely, this is not Poop Frog. Everyone, the link is pinned in the chat.
I'll post it again.
Yeah, it's pinned to the top of the chat, and it's on Wes's Twitter as well.
I just put it in the chat.
Okay, cool.
Like, wait, I thought you guys weren't dating. This seems more like a dating type of deal. Like, were
So
you guys dating?
A working relationship. The adult industry gets
Okay.
so complicated.
Yeah. She claimed in court we had a paid sexual relationship, but then a month ago she was talking about not having sex in 2019. What? Okay, that's it's a question, right? It's a question. It's a question. But I noticed that her eyes do look up and to the left whenever she's looking for some bullshit recall answer.
Yeah.
Because she remembers that at first it was not a relationship, then it was a relationship, then I was trying to hire her, and then it was a paid sexual relationship. And the story changed each time during court.
Complicated, you guys.
Yeah, this
Things
seems really-
can shift from hey, I need help with a project to okay, we're talking about potentially negotiating to film work to you're not holding up your end of the bargain.
Again, there was no negotiation about film work, was there?
No. And I want to point out again, I have been building websites and running my own things and consulting and shit on the side since 2001. Why would I hire one of the laziest people I've ever encountered and fly them out here for a job? If I needed someone to work in an adult-related business, Portland is full of people in the industry, well-known people, people who have resources and network, and they know people. I wouldn't need to fly anyone anywhere.
Poop Frog, you gave yourself away.
Which it's just sexual torture.
Poop Frog, you blew your own cover.
Like that. Honestly, that's the real extortion, was flying me out, not giving me a job, and then leaving me fucking homeless.
Wait, what? Not taking care of me that's
Okay,
the real
if
extortion.
If you have Muse changes trafficking story, go ahead and mark that off, because that is now the extortion was paying for a plane ticket for someone who claimed they were going to be septic. They were at sepsis, that they could possibly die. One night after claiming RSN had people jiggling door handles trying to get into the house she was staying in.
Every door in Georgia.
He has that kind of reach.
RSN's minions were
out there, and I'm sure it was coordinated. They were probably all on walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3, jiggle.
Yeah, right. Not her. Not her, boss.
Get open, boss. What now? He's like, break the windows.
Clear the room.
So
I am so glad that you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive, because like fuck, the energy that you're radiating, like No, thank you.
Oh boy, Mike donated $3 in backwards extortion. Don't mind me, I'm just getting something to eat.
I'm just
It's
getting
something I
something-
just thunk up today.
I'm just getting something to eat, sir. Thank you, Mike.
Figured that out by myself.
So that's what you mean by the trafficking. So you like getting
Yeah.
you there and everything like that. Okay. All
He
right.
bought me.
That's not what trafficking is, though. Like,
Maybe there was traffic on the way.
There
Yeah.
was traffic when I went to pick her up in Seattle,
Right.
and was driving back several hours. It was a little trafficky. We did stop at the Burger King though for chicken fries, and that is not a joke or a story that actually happened.
not a lot of
It
traffickers.
has to be a joke though, because solid food will literally kill her.
Literally kill her. Unless it's chicken fries aren't solid though; they're kind of spongy.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
Didn't think about that. But like a rock, that's a solid food. Maybe that's what.
Yeah.
Ticket. I can show you all the money he sent to me on
No,
Trafficking.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that at all. But like, I don't know.
Can't show any other receipts though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So like, do you know when this is like probably going to end? Next couple of months? Is that what you're thinking?
No, because he decided to sign a documentary thing in October, and I've just been sitting on that information. So
He's doing.
Oh, she's been sitting on that, waiting to
man.
pounce on your ass, West
Bombshell.
Moist.
Bombshell.
Yeah. Damn. She's on to you, Wes.
That with Chris Hansen?
yeah,
Why?
Good question.
I was told.
It's funny, like every time she brings up the Discovery Plus this fictitious or actually hypothetical Discovery Plus documentary, whenever she brings that up, whoever she's bringing it up to says, "Why?"
I want to just notice the eyes again.
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah.
you'll notice it whenever she has to go back to recall one. And I don't read body language or anything, but I've just from watching several of these streams and her constantly lying about me.
Yeah.
I've noticed that same exact look whenever she's going to have to try and recall a story that she's told before.
Yeah.
Something very similar to Onision a while ago. In 2019, when I was having my I am so glad that you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, whew, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, whew, like, no thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh boy, Gold Shoe Standard donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope your day has lived up to the Gold Shoe Standard.
We're having a Muse-rific day. Thank you, Gold Shoe Standard. Yes. I hope you are too.
Grandma come and pick me up. Me and Christopher did have a goodbye moment. And he had told me, and I did not really remember or figure out what the fuck this meant for quite some time. But he told me, I have so much left to teach you. And I have been literally paying that price since I left. So, and that's
What
not
does
to be.
that have to do with me?
Nothing. And by the way, like that guy's innocent too.
Yeah, I've talked to that guy. I mean, we did an interview in July of last year. He contacted me because his mom, who is subscribed to Chris Hansen, turned on a video and it was about his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that's got to be crazy to see, So she watched it and she wanted him to watch it. He didn't watch it for a while. Then he watched it and he was like, holy shit. Because he had been, had been feeling some guilt about how things had ended and just when something crazy like that happens and no one else has had this experience with them, as far as you know, it does.
Yeah.
It's going to make you question, because there were times where after I told her I wanted her to leave and within those 4 days, she made me feel bad to the point where I was like, was I being too hard on her?
Right. Yeah.
Am I being unrealistic? I asked Tiffany, because some of the things were like, hey, don't just turn up the heat or turn on AC without asking, because there's other people in the house. Like, that's selfish.
Yeah.
If I'm going to turn, I would ask, especially if I'm in someone else's house. And so I would ask, like, am I being unrealistic? Is this because, and so it did. It made me question things about myself. And I mean, until she called the police on me and completely confirmed that I was right to want her out of my house. But he didn't know any of those things. So
Yeah.
we had a conversation. He did an interview that was like it was a bombshell. I mean, it would have been, but he wants to keep that. He's moved on, and I'm good with that. And he doesn't want to do the episode, and I'm totally good with that. And that's where we are right now.
Yeah, if you were like this terrible guy, you would have just put that out there. You know?
I mean, same with Kat. I mean, the stuff that Kat told me it's like the worst. It's the worst. Other than the, I mean, it's some of the worst stuff I've heard.
Yeah.
It's way worse than anything that RSN had reported on. I mean, and it was sad. It was hard. It'd be hard to watch it without tears coming to your eyes.
Right. Yeah.
Some of the things that were done to that dog, and some of the actual abuse that was going on, and the way that she treated Kat, because I have the messages from when she was complaining about Kat and all the things that how Kat was abusing her and neglecting her, and how she used to be so great and they used to hang out, and now Kat doesn't want to be around her. Kat was in her room pretending to be asleep for 14 hours a day, so that she didn't have to deal with Muse. Because no matter what time of day she would go out to try and watch TV in the middle of the night, she would get up and have to go out there. And it's in my rules. Please don't follow me around the house. my kid would get home. I would go downstairs to hang out with my kid, who I supposedly don't want. And she would come sit there and she'd be like, "Oh, Dee said this and this about," and I'm trying to have a conversation with I'd love to hear about my kid's day, not about Dee being mean to you on Twitter. I could care less about Dee. Dee is a sassy man. That's just part of dealing with Dee.
You just, it's something you just have to accept. You have to accept the sass.
Either accept the sass or don't deal with Dee, but you can't complain to me about it.
Yeah.
Melodramatic. That's just the calmest way I can describe it. Without friend.
One more thing, I've looked around before you came on here, because you guys are going to stream for about a couple of days, so I kind of knew this was going to happen. I was looking around about your story again and everything like that. A big thing that people kept saying is that they wanted to know why your story was changing, and this isn't me talking. What do you think about that?
I don't know what aspects they think are changing. If they could identify that for me, that would be good.
I think we've done that several times.
Many times,
I actually made a series of videos about the
Yeah.
My channel name is Wes Most, and you can find some videos about the story and how it constantly changes, and I include receipts.
Yeah, in fact, you use the inconsistencies, blah blah blah.
I did use that
several times because of all the inconsistencies.
Well, I love that the contradiction in the 911 call. I fled, and then she goes, "So you kicked out, or you were kicked out, or you fled?" She's like, "Well, I was kicked out."
Yeah.
First she said she fled, and then she's like,
"Those are two very different things."
Well, I was kicked out because I wouldn't have sex with the guy I was living with.
Yeah.
Oh, that's totally trafficking.
Yeah.
It's
the trafficking
as well. I don't know what happened to me.
You don't.
Again, this is all Muse back then. So when she gets caught up in something, that's her standby is just blame Muse.
Well, and you'll notice if you ever do go to Kiwi Farms and look at the people who also claim to have a lot of these same ailments that she just also happens to have, it's very common that when they get into trouble, when they get arrested for drugs or petty theft, or because it's very common things and the way they behave, they'll go to, I had a split and two dices and an equation sign, and now Star-Lord.
Yeah, right.
You say in a roundabout way what happened to you? If you could just say.
I filed it as human trafficking because it's been assessed by not only the social worker who provided care when I had my surgery in last March of 2020, but also been very closely assessed by my medical team. So
You mentioned medical team.
There you go. She has a whole team.
And that was the third time that trafficking story has changed during this interview.
Yeah.
Now it was a social, and I do believe that when she came out of that surgery, she said, "I'm scared," or she made something up for attention, because I believe she has Munchausen, and that's a big part of Munchausen is the attention of it. That's why you're constantly at the hospital, and you have a textbook knowledge of these medical things, and you befriend people with these things so that you can mimic and ape them. But it's never, no matter what scenario, it's never her fault.
Yeah.
Ree's looking for some clarification on chronic illness. what
she
that
needs
square.
to say. She needs to say, like, for example, well, because I'm suffering from chronic illness.
So she has to actually say the term
So, yeah, she needs to actually
chronic
say
illness.
chronic illness.
Okay.
They've been the ones that more so gave the word to my experience than myself. As
And
people
Muse.
know, I
Don't forget, Muse
tend to
Muse did too.
use a lot of. I don't like to make my cases public, like even with the Brittany Simon shit. And
Yeah, so that's why I'm here on Onision's channel, making
Well-
my case public.
And again, she was on RSN's channel making those bullshit claims.
Yeah.
So what does she mean? She doesn't like to make evidence public because she doesn't have any, but she has no problem getting up with shit taped to her face and telling a whole made up story about people and saying I'll show and she's been saying it about me since March. I'll show evidence as soon as I can. It's been 16 months and she's still saying, well, it's an open case.
Yeah. And if she didn't want to make things public, the whole purpose of her to being on his stream in the first place was to tell this story.
Yeah, of course.
And to relate to Onision.
Well, actually, I don't know if Onision wanted to bring any of this stuff up. So I think I was a little hard on RSN watching this the first time because I felt like he was really soft on her. But looking back at it, I mean, he asked a lot of in the best way that he could for it not being a show and because when they first started talking about stuff, he got yanked really fast. So
Yeah.
he came back on. He really softened his approach. So I mean, I think he's doing a really thorough job. And he brought up the trafficking thing twice in two different ways, kind of like the police would. And he's gotten two different answers with the same question.
Yeah.
But he's saying it like he's clueless. He has no idea what's going on. He Columboed her.
Yeah, he did.
One more thing.
Yeah.
So he's really playing her right now, and so I commend him for his style with coming back on and kind of reconfiguring what he was doing.
Yeah.
and how that was made public.
Yeah, it's a real tightrope that you have to kind of walk with this because, you ask a question the wrong way, and the next thing you know, you're booted off the panel. So
Nocturnal Rainbow System. Yeah, RSN asked for traffic. I'm going to read these off again. Real
Okay,
quick.
yeah, go ahead.
RSN joins panel. Wes loses train of thought. Muse changes trafficking story. Muse mentions medical team. Muse claims court took 8 months. Tiffany Lockhart says something stupid. Chris Hansen conspiracy. Clobber messes up the stream. Technical glitch.
Yeah.
RSN asks for trafficking clarification. Onision gives life advice. Muse discusses hush money.
Right.
So there are two different squares. One says Muse mentions chronic illness. The other one just says chronic illness. That's if anyone on the panel mentions, on the actual live stream panel mentions chronic illness. So there's a specific one to Muse saying it, or if Onision mentions it on her behalf.
Okay.
And it's interesting that she's talking here, of course, about saying she doesn't want these things public, cases and all that kind of stuff. She made a video saying, "Oh, Brittany Simon, I'm the other woman.
Yeah.
You can reblog that."
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, that
was Muse.
Stop.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
People grow and they split and they merge into one.
That was eight alts ago.
The only reason that I ever contacted you was because my life got made into a public situation.
That's another thing I was just about to go to is
Yeah.
like, do you regret ever bringing that up about Brittany Simon, or what do you think, or getting her
she was
involved?
the one who is talking about victims first, and I still stand by my statements that I made, and I don't think that submissives should feel at fault if they end up in that type of situation. It was very difficult for me to leave, and now just figuring out how much money was taken from my account via wire transfers and things like that.
You didn't make any money. What is she talking about?
No, she was working.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, well, part-time. I know that she was working part-time at the school where her ex was also working. So when she claimed that she was a victim of sexual assault, he got fired from his job because she was also going to school there.
Yeah.
So he got fired from his job because he couldn't be there. And it was on RSN stream. That's when she says, and they had to do it because hello, vulnerable adult, and she points at herself, calling, and she had the thing taped to her face, and
Yeah.
she had like her eyebrows shaved. She looked like she was doing chemo or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, and she really sold that, and so she talked about being this. But yeah, she did work, and then she was also a stripper at one point. But if you have Muse claims to be victim of financial abuse, go ahead and mark that off.
Oh man,
because that is a newer claim that that I think's only come up within the last few months. Is that and I don't know if she's saying he did it while they were together or after, but she's saying that either her ex or her ex and Brittany were taking money out of her account, wire transferring money out of her.
Right.
Because when you have that much money, you're not going to notice a couple grand just coming out.
Yeah, right.
That's what your accountant's for.
And Brittany Simon, much more successful than Muse. I think that kind of goes without saying.
I mean, the Paperboy is much more successful.
Yeah, okay. That's a good, you got a good point there. I can't wait till 3 months from now when she accuses you of turning her into a vampire or something. Like,
oh, wow. That'll be a good one.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that story arc.
A lot of this is a projection on his end. And I hope that he can find healing. I try not to talk about him as much anymore.
You talked about him like 9 times this stream.
Hasn't reached out to me directly.
But what do you feel like? Have you seen what Brittany Simon has said about the whole situation?
Not anything from like the past 2 or 3 weeks, because I watched the one on narcissism because I was more so worried about how that would affect him more so than me. When
what?
We were
apparently she's watching Brittany Simon's videos for
she's worried about her ex.
Yeah, for him.
The one who supposedly sexually assaulted her, so she had him fired from his job, evicted from his apartment, and labeled as a rapist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess.
And also in the paperwork, isn't she blaming you for working?
Yeah,
with
that was
him?
one of in both of her court filings against me. She claims that he was living with me, that him and I were living together, and she just found this out, but that this was all a conspiracy. So when he said, "I have so much to teach you,"
yeah, like a Jedi,
hug, he was dropping a hint about some grand conspiracy that me, Brittany Simon, and him and Chris Hansen were involved on.
This is getting good.
We're in the process of therapy. That was a very intimate detail to throw out there, and his life is not as perfect as she makes it out to be. He's been put through a lot too, and I don't think it's
put through a lot by you.
I had to find my own healing, and that's not for me to project.
Yeah, Brittany Simon ended up saying, like, I think she said that that the whole situation, like, coming up, it pretty much stopped everything she was doing online, and she didn't know how to feel about it and couldn't talk about it.
Yeah, she was the one who brought it up, though. If you don't want to fly across, well, not fly across, she drove. If you don't want to drive across the entire country to support somebody during a domestic violence case and publish videos from their house, then don't do that.
That's the whole, I'm not mean unless you spite me.
Yeah.
And what she's mad about is that when she contacted Brittany to say, hey, remember the other night when I was sending you those text messages where I'm asking for more sex and stuff? Neglect those. I was assaulted. I was sexually assaulted by our collective ex. So I need your back on this. And Brittany's like, well, no, that's insane. That's not at all what happened. And then Brittany drives back to support this person who, even if they weren't together, she still loved.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. She might have said she was still still wanted him back at the time. So she goes back to support him, and then she's updating people on Patreon or whatever while she's at the apartment that the ex is staying in. So that makes her very spiteful towards Brittany, and it makes her want that apartment back. And after getting signed off on the lease, after bringing police to the leasing office to get signed off on that lease because she didn't want to be on it, she says in court she has nowhere to live so that he'll get evicted from the apartment. So, and then she gets evicted a month or two later and has a domestic violence closeout sale.
Yeah.
This is a shit person. It irritates. Like, I can watch some of this stuff and not get really affected, but it irritates me how shitty of a person she is to just keep lying about people and knowing that these lies are out there. But it's like, if she can get, it's like that pickup artist who will ask 200 girls out, knowing only one will say yes, but it's like, you're gonna miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah.
That's, if she can get, if I could get one person to believe my bullshit, then it's all worth it.
And she has gotten people to believe her bullshit. That's a problem.
Yeah, but it's other bullshit artists. It's other people who also claim to, have 27 different things wrong with them. And it's people who they also are, no one believes them, so they need someone to believe them, so they're going to believe her because then she'll have their back. It's the circle of Jorns where they all pat each other on the back for being great musicians.
Yeah.
It's literally that simple.
So do you think that Brittany Simon's in
That
the
was
wrong?
private information.
Do you think she's in the wrong then in the situation?
Yeah, I've said that.
Of course.
The whole time. I think that it would be way better if she could find better ways of managing her symptoms. I mean, I had to do the same journey. I'm also much younger, though. She's in her 30s and has been literally harassing me since 2017.
Wow.
Any proof of that? Because no.
Brittany's been harassing her since 2017.
Yeah.
Now, that's also new because I only heard that like she was bothering her since 2019, which I know Brittany's not bothering her at all.
Right? No, she doesn't even want. She doesn't want to.
Brittany's not.
She doesn't even want to talk about Muse.
She doesn't.
She
Brittany's not watching her videos.
Yeah.
Out of concern for anybody.
I had sex with your boyfriend. I am sorry.
Yeah, that's my bad. Look at Arson's face on that one.
Clubber's made that same apology.
I have. So some people in the chat might have heard that come from me before.
A lot of times.
Yeah, maybe more than once.
I have said this publicly since 2018 because my Tumblr is still up. So my opinions on that whole situation literally have never changed.
So she's talking about like wanting to be private, and now she's promoting her Tumblr.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, the kid in the background, he's aware of who these people are. If you were interested in having somebody on that knows these topics, he knows what he's talking about, Onision. But yeah, I don't really have too much more to say. But are you gonna come back on the panel, or are you staying in the back? Curious.
Did Arson just kick Muse off the panel? That's what it sounded like.
He's like, great having you here.
Yeah, good to see you, Muse.
The song filings of Tiffany Lockhart.
I think we got what we needed out of you.
Look at her face.
RSN just dismissed Muse from Onision's panel.
People's channels?
No, I was saying about Onision. Is he staying in the back during this whole thing?
Oh, he was talking.
You're talking about me?
Yeah. What's up?
The panel.
The panel. Yeah, I just wanted to see what's up.
I'm just, something sparked my curiosity. You said you had sex with...
Is this whole thing with the stuffed animal, like the vulnerable adult thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's the childlike. I mean, it's been mentioned lots of times that the dog is always there, but so probably thought to try something else. And so she has this stuffy, and she's going to cuddle it. And she even mentioned it earlier. It's just us and my bunny.
Yeah.
Someone's boyfriend, and she was away?
Yeah, well, she had flown back home. So, like, when I had met Christopher, I had my first NG feeding tube, actually. So it's really funny that he admits the part where he made me take out the first one. But that's fine.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
When was that admitted to?
The old...
Right.
You talk about the old take out your feeding tube gag.
He's never. That was never. He never admitted to that. He said that she didn't have any medical issues other than an eating disorder during the entire time they were together. There was none of those other things existed at all.
Yeah.
Other than a mental illness diagnosis. That's not DID.
Nope.
About that and the photos of me in a wheelchair prior. So
Brittany
no one
Simon
can
is,
sit
right?
in a wheelchair. That wheelchair was a rental. That wheelchair was in the background of every domestic violence cell ad, and I was told about that wheelchair by the person she was living with at the time. and it was they were going to a museum, and she claimed, well, I was doing a BDSM scene and was like knocked down, and something in my neck got hurt, so sometimes I require a wheelchair. And when she would use the power, people who have to use those for a long time, they know how to navigate them.
Yeah.
She would get in the carts in Georgia and drive into things constantly because she did not know how to use them.
Right.
Because you're LARPing. This is just role play.
Yeah. Role playing chat room, dude.
2 words.
No idea.
We had to talk about it.
Matt, it's just part of the BDSM YouTuber type deal.
Okay.
I think she exposed what's his name again? What's the guy she exposed? Muse?
Beg for Jay.
Yeah, Beg for Jay. That guy with Madison, I think.
Yeah, Madison DeCampria was involved in that project, but she didn't.
Now there's a parallel. See, worlds collide. Now I get it.
No, our worlds would actually collide more than you know. I've met Billy the Fridge in person.
Oh, name drop, why don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm close personal friends with Billy the Fridge. Who the fuck is Billy the Fridge?
At a party, and he was on my Facebook for a really long time. And it took me a while to sync up that they were the same person. I was like, oh, okay.
She's super
Onision,
famous.
Would you be willing to talk about any other topics, or are you trying to stay on like a certain track?
We were just vibing.
Oh, all right.
Why am I so annoyed when she says that? She says that a lot, and it just annoys me for some. I don't know why. It annoys me more than it should, probably.
I don't know. I heard.
My opinion is that the more you discuss shit that you don't like, the more that shit covers your life.
That's yours.
So like when I've given so much stuff, so much attention, and I'm not seeing surplus here. I'm not seeing like progress. All I'm seeing is people just.
Surplus.
Oh, so Billy the Fridge does streams laughing at her, really? So yeah, maybe not the good friend that you think, Muse or Corey.
Oh wow.
Bathing in the shit and throwing it at each other. Like it just seems so stupid at this point to be like you have your gig. Like imagine if every stream that you had was about somebody who didn't fucking like you or someone.
No,
who
I
said
get
some
it.
shit
I get
about
it.
you.
No, I
so
get
like
it.
so like it just kind of makes like when you talk about that all the time, it kind of makes you look like a. And no offense to anybody, I'm actually mostly talking about myself. But when you talk about this shit that bothers you every single day, it kind of makes you look like a big fucking loser. Because like you're like
I'm sad.
So now she's making a joke. Oh, I'm sad, but this is literally her every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really follow her on. Well, it's not public anymore, right? Her Twitter.
I don't think so, but I wish Ailey was here because that's a perfect face for a thumbnail.
Yeah. Allie, get to work.
You're killing your social life. You're killing your happiness. You're like the worst fucking enemy to you.
Okay,
So-
so I see.
so when
So
you-
you're
like-
She's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely.
Rubbing her hands together like Mr. fucking Burns.
Yeah, excellent.
like watching all the shit people make on me. That would be very difficult for me, especially like this most recent big multi-billion-dollar production company.
Yeah.
Does he have like some? Because like he's talking about this, but he copyright claimed my last video. So does he have like some kind of system in place, like some recognition system, or is he actually like paying attention to all of the stuff that is said about him?
Onision?
Yeah, because he's sitting there saying that like I don't want to pay attention to the every time.
I think he probably does ignore a lot of it.
Oh, I'm sure he does, but like, how did he find this? Like, how did he find my last stream?
I don't think he. What do you mean? I don't think he did.
Well, he copyright claimed it.
It was auto claimed.
Oh, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Yeah, because no, I uploaded it private just to keep it in case it got taken down, so we can do a live stream.
Yeah.
And as soon as I did, it got claimed. Like as soon
Oh,
as
okay.
it went up, and it's private. So no, it's just.
Oh,
I
so
think
it's
if your channel's that large, you get.
Yeah.
There's different things that happen because that was something Gigi told Nikotra. Like, don't think you can claim me and it's just gonna work.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Like,
I'm not a little channel. Yeah. So he made it clear that there's a difference.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like it's fucking nonsensical, and I feel like at this point, my interest has jumped the shark. I'm just like, something died in me when this last episode came out. I was just like, I'm so fucking bored, and it's so stupid.
The last episode, is he referring to the documentary?
Yeah, documentary. Yeah.
Okay.
This point,
Well,
because,
if you're bored,
because people cried wolf, and they promised the FBI involvement, which I never saw. They promised police involvement, which I never actually had an.
According to Steve Asarch, who I do believe, he said the FBI is 100% investigating. And he was, when I first talked to Steve, he was very skeptical. He didn't believe it at all.
Yeah.
But he got confirmation himself. So there is an FBI investigation, or I wouldn't believe it otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't believe it, but I mean, I trust, Steve knows what he's talking about.
Well, what level of investigation is it?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the other thing that people don't think about, because saying that there's an open case against me for human trafficking sounds like a thing until you say, oh, well, they can't close cases. There is no opening and closing. So it's all the semantics of it.
Yeah.
Is there an active, ongoing investigation with field agents out doing interviews and stuff? Who knows?
Yeah.
Or is it
I doubt
an open file? Is it an open file that if they get more information or if this and this happens?
I think that's more likely. Yeah, I think that's more likely.
Interview or anything with them.
Yeah.
When you call the cops 31 times on someone, and the cops every single time side with the person.
Why is she laughing?
Because
she's sitting next to someone on that panel that she's called the FBI multiple times because she said she had on a sheer shirt.
Well, look at RSN's face.
Looking right at her. It's like a Brady Bunch.
It is. It's like a fucked up Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
He's super skeptical, and she's like, "Who, me?"
Calling the police is so rad.
Kat told me she had to drive her multiple times in Georgia to the police station so that she could report RSN.
Yeah.
So don't act like this is disgusting to you that people would do this. This is your MO. This is all you have.
Yeah.
On, i.e., they confirm that your call is fake. 31 fucking times. Why does anyone take you people seriously? This is like insane.
It's a joke to them now.
It wasn't just the police. It was they communicated with the FBI. They communicated with animal control, which was fucking retarded.
Yeah.
They communicated with CPS. They communicated with the police themselves.
These are all things that you've done, Muse. Why are you agreeing with all this?
That's funny. So the way RSN is playing it, because he could easily say, bitch, you call the FBI.
Yeah.
Constantly.
You call it CPS.
Yeah, he's just sitting there and saying nothing because he knows it's the right thing to do in this situation.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because she's shaking her head like, oh my God, people are so crazy. Like this isn't something she's done to multiple people, including saying that those one people at the farm, now they were making snuff films.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how crazy can your lies get to where now these nice people that gave you a place to stay, that you fucked over, that you ruined that cabin, and it took them I don't know how long to clean and sanitize it. Now they were making snuff films because they didn't want you there anymore.
Yeah. Was that Dirt, though, who did that? Was that
that probably was Dirt.
The entity?
It was Dirt and Lil Tay.
Yeah. Oh, once those two fuckers. Yeah, Little Dirt Tay.
Little Dirt Tay? That's got to be copyrighted.
Whoa, yeah. Once those two get together, there's nothing but trouble.
Every single official organization concluded that this was horseshit. And now the police officer that was on the documentary is apparently under a criminal investigation himself.
It's not, wait, what's his name again? What's his name?
Ed Troyer. They recently just got 3 officers out on $100,000 bail for each.
His son has serious charges pending against him as well.
Apparently, he's a guy who has a lot of foster kids. So he's had so many foster kids, as I understand that. I wouldn't put too much association on him for that. But yeah, that apparently that guy snuck into a 14-year-old's room or something like that.
Yeah,
it's a whole weird thing. Apparently, she had lied about it or something initially, saying that it didn't happen, and then he admitted to it happening or something like that. I don't see how that's too connected. What I do see that's connected.
Yeah, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway because why not?
Just throw it out there.
Yeah, let me just toss that out there.
Maybe he should mention that I used to work at Seeking Arrangement.
Yeah, I mention it at the start of every one of my streams.
Good, it's important.
I have Wes with me, who you might remember from as the head pimp from Seeking Arrangements.
His
Marketing
apparent-
director and pimp.
Marketing director / pimp.
Same
he's,
thing.
It's my
a person who's in an official position lying about what
Yeah.
they're going through, and apparently he lied about what he was going through by telling the patrol or the emergency responders that a black man had threatened.
That sounds like some fucking racial profiling.
No one would do that, and I'm tempted to complain.
I am tempted to complain about that.
I couldn't imagine just falsely accusing a black person of doing something that
Yeah.
they didn't do. That person's a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
threatened to kill him and then changed his story and all that stuff. And it says the Seattle Times contacted me about him, and they said, do you think this is true? And I'm like, I saw him call me a criminal, basically.
Muse is back there saying, "Why doesn't the Seattle Times? Why aren't they contacting me? Yeah.
And why are we still talking about you?
Yeah. Who's this
You have
Ed
you
guy?
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm only on here this one time, mate.
Yeah.
And a number of things when he didn't actually have hard evidence of anything.
He's
And
never spoken to you either, right?
There was no court. Well, I called him and he didn't return my calls. I called him twice and he didn't.
That's
he didn't
crazy. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, I called him. I said, let's discuss what you're talking about, because what you're talking about is stuff that, first of all, you say there's an open investigation, and if there was, then
It would be IBA if it was.
then why are you discussing it publicly?
You think he'd want to talk?
The irony is just killing me with this.
I know. I know.
I can't understand how, like, you could be so unself-aware, if that's a word, but like, why doesn't she just boot herself from this stream right now? Because
she knows. You can see. She knows.
Yeah.
That's why she was so nervous.
She's trying to make
RSN getting on. She knows.
Maybe that's why she's wearing that checker. Maybe she's trying to make herself invisible.
Oh, like.
Yeah, like she's just trying to blend into the wall. Like, yeah, she's just trying to blend into the wall.
That's possible. That is a possibility.
Yeah.
Talk to you though.
And yeah, it's interesting when
head back to the
Isn't that
ghost
weird?
dimension.
it seems a little weird. Like, now's your chance to get somebody to get dirt on them, right? Because you're trying to prove that somebody's, according to you, you're trying to prove that someone's guilty of something, but you won't even talk to them, so you can't. If they're lying, you have no opportunity to find out if those are lies. You can't cross-examine them. Good cop, bad cop, whatever.
So you
the
know
fuck.
what's funny? In June of last year, that's when I reached out to Muse and I said, hey, I don't want to make videos about you anymore. I don't want to do this. Like, what I want is, I just want to know why you lied.
Yeah.
I want to know why you accused me of trafficking. Like, you weren't trafficked. Like, I've proven that.
Mm-hmm.
And and at this time I had interviews with 3 people lined up and I had the videos ready to go. And I said, I don't want to do this. It's toxic.
Yeah, I remember we did 3 parts of that stream, and we were going to do the 4th, and we just didn't want to.
I said I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
The shit's unhealthy, man. Like, it really is. It takes a toll on you. And so I sent her that message, and I said, I just want to know why. I want to know why you tried to put me in jail, why you lied about being trafficked. And she took that to court. So she's sitting here agreeing with his sentiment about, if you really, then you would discuss it. And I tried to have that discussion with her. I said, I'm not going to make it into content. This isn't something I'm trying to do publicly. Like, I didn't mention it. I didn't mention to anyone, like, I didn't go on Twitter and say, hey, I reached out to Muse to offer her a chance to drop everything. She just needs to tell me that she made it up, that she lied. And no, she took it to court and said that was somehow more domestic violence.
Yeah. Do you want to go through the bingo?
Well, nothing's changed, but I have
but it's been a while since we called it out.
RSN joins panel. Wes loses train of thought. Muse changes trafficking story. Muse mentions medical team. Muse claims court took 8 months. Chris Hansen conspiracy.
My favorite.
Tiffany Lockhart says something stupid.
Yeah.
Clobber messes up the stream. Technical glitch.
Layup.
RSN asks for trafficking clarification. Onision gives life advice. Muse claims to be victim of financial abuse. And Muse discusses hush money. I can't say that one fast.
Yeah. I don't know, why do you always save that one for last?
Because I'm reading them in order of how they're showing up.
I got you.
About, instead of being a dick, you think about everything that I have to do in order to run the bingo game.
Good point. Yeah, that is a good point.
Fuck you want to do You're running away from that. Why? And there's just so many things that are really confusing about the situation. But the point is that like, with the jumping the shark concept.
Oh, and one last thing.
Yeah.
That email that I sent her saying that I just want to know why you lied. That's one that her friend sent me that she's posting on Twitter today, and again claiming that I'm trafficking and this is why she has to be off like on private because of not being safe. And I have no idea, no earthly fucking clue what she could possibly be talking about. But there's a reason why she's privating. It's because she's making some shit up and she's gonna have a new story about like I hacked her or I was on, because that was another thing. They were claiming that people were like on their doorstep. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Tiffany?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a month or two ago, that they were all being stalked and people were showing up on doorsteps. The dumbest, most ridiculous shit.
Oh boy.
Engaging in it just seems like it's just at this
I
point
think
playing
L.
part of
Francis.
a really bad movie.
Hero move.
I understand.
Unless you're
kind of
making
bored.
some
I
use
was
out of
just gonna
it,
say,
it's not good too.
I've just heard that they're gonna pushing for another season. That's why I was asking.
Well, I thought there was 6
Oh
episodes.
god, they're gonna do a freaking crossover or some
Well-
shit.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
The crossover.
The crossover. Yeah.
She loves crossover.
Yeah. She's
Crossover.
this is some Jason versus Freddy shit going on. Come on. Shut the fuck up.
I heard there was more coming, and like I just don't understand what they could say or what it's all just confusing. They don't like you, so that means you're guilty, not actual
No.
evidence.
The look on her face is like, why aren't they talking about me anymore?
Yeah.
And then
Disgusting.
she saw a way that she could make it about herself, and then that quickly got dismissed.
It went back. Or maybe someone shit on the floor in that direction, and
Yeah.
that's what you're looking at.
Oh, that could be.
That's probably the face you'd make.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of these people actually don't like me. I think they love money.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, I could say it's that. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
well, think, and we can break it down to the base rationale to it. What do you enjoy more, making other people's lives miserable or making boku bucks? There's so much satisfaction in making a lot of money. There's not a lot of satisfaction in
Yeah,
just
but I wouldn't
attacking
want to
people.
make people miserable.
Whoa.
You make everyone miserable. You get kicked out of every place you live.
Yeah. That's all you do is make people. That's your gimmick. What are you talking about?
Oh my God. Ask anyone, they'll say it was like a dark cloud was over their house while she was there.
And it's
Shit.
so fast, isn't it?
It
Doesn't
really
happen
is.
over the matter of a couple, but it feels forever.
Yeah, I mean, I remember even telling my kid, like, don't worry, she's not going to be here. She'll be here 30 days max. So I knew it.
Yeah.
Like, I just
Right.
knew like, she sucked. They used to, I guess in Seattle, and like, they called her the energy vampire. Because anytime she came into a room, she'd start complaining and whining, and the energy would get sucked out of the room.
Ugh.
Right. Some people have morals, right? They don't want to make money torturing people. Other people don't have morals, and they'll get money, like, because that's all they have.
Give me
that's the
$500 or I'll take you to court.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
You're talking to one of those people without morals. It's
Right there.
in the middle section.
thing they can do. So, however
Look to
far
your
they wanna
left,
take this,
Onision.
my general goal is to just create content that the fans I've literally abandoned. I want to make content for them and try to undo the damage I've done to my own audience by obsessing over stupid bullshit.
How does it feel like to?
I know very little about Onision, but he seems very shitty to his audience. Like I saw like that stream that he had where he had people on, and he was being kind of a dick to everybody.
Well, I think that's supposed to be like his shtick. He's supposed to be. That's supposed to be.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to do that. He's just saying he doesn't want to be.
Well, no, I think he's saying he abandoned them by maybe focusing on other content.
Okay.
Because he also, I heard a rap that he did the other day.
Oh dear God.
Because I never heard his music. I don't know what the banana. I didn't care. I don't know what the banana song.
That's
is.
all I knew from him.
And so he made some rap though, and like seriously, it's Jordan level.
Oh my God. Does it start with my
name's
name's
Onision?
My name's Onision.
My name's Onision. I'm here to say.
Yeah.
I talked to Muse just the other day. No, it's bad.
Yeah.
You're demonetized. You don't have an open case. Nothing going on. Not even a civil case, but they still demonetize you and everything like that. That I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah, and Twitch actually stole $1,000 from me. They never paid me. I was on there. I was on there for a month. Didn't make that much money.
Was
but
Onision a
stole
Twitch
$1,000.
thought?
They just they literally
The Twitch stole $1,000 from Onision?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what he's saying.
Wow.
He's
They
also a
literally-
victim of financial abuse.
Yeah. Maybe it was trafficking.
just
Maybe.
like terminated my partnership with Twitch over rumors, and they didn't pay me the money that I had worked. Like people were like, "Don't."
Wait, and he said that he terminated his relationship with Twitch. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
It's not the other way. I mean, I don't know, but it seems like it would be the other way around. But again, I don't know.
Donating to the stream and stuff, they stole all that money, and I'm just sitting here going, "The fuck, Twitch?
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man."
Yeah, fuck
It's
you,
kind of
Twitch.
crazy though. It's dangerous though that now people can just get demonetized over somebody just pointing the finger with no actual proof.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting is like you don't hear me saying deplatform people, right? Like these
No.
people who are saying
I'm
horrible.
actively against it.
People are
unless that person's name is Wes Most,
Yeah, then fuck that guy.
then I'm pro. I'm pro.
saying horrible shit about me, and I'm not like deplatform them, right? But that's all they can seem to.
She
fucking
was so
say.
proud for Britney to run off of
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the first things she sent me was a Kiwi Farms link that talked about the Britney situation, and she told me that she was run off. I had her run off of YouTube because she was supporting the person who sexually assaulted me.
Yeah.
She snuck him out of the state. She told me all these lies. And she used that Kiwi Farms. That was her receipt. That was her one thing of proof to show that maybe she had been a victim of someone. Everything else was just branching off of that one thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that we need to silence this dude, and that's weird to me, because like if you know someone is a liar, let them talk, because they will say one thing and then this will conflict. Like my dad's a great example.
Which is exactly what Muse has been doing this entire stream.
Entire time.
Yeah. I love that she doesn't see the irony or in all of
She
this.
doesn't care. She
Yeah.
doesn't care.
No, she just doesn't see it. Like I don't know.
First of all, whose fucking dad does this to their own son? But secondly, like seriously, like if I had a son and I was at odds with him, like I had a son who was at odds with, and they publicly said shit about me, dude, like you could kick me in the balls, you could cut off my balls. If you're my son, I'm still not gonna fucking, weird example, I know. But like you
Yeah, a
do
little
horrible
bit.
things to me, and I'm not gonna fucking go on a documentary about you. Like, how big of a piece of shit do you have to be?
Why'd you go right to kicking or cutting off your balls? Like
yeah.
that was a bit extreme, but
was a little weird.
yeah, it was a little odd.
To do that to your own son. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that my dad started out saying that he had gently put his hand on my shoulder to tell me to calm down or whatever, and then he later on said that he had shook me. And that was and you can't just walk up to people and shake them. That's assault. So he admitted to assaulting me, and then he said in documentary that he probably wished he had choked me, which was what I was accusing him of, is choking me.
Mark it off. Onision talks about choking.
Oh, Onision talks about choke. We got it. We're getting back in the game. Back in the game.
Literally intent to harm.
I don't know how you could misremember being choked, because like choking is a very aggressive, vicious act, and I'm just glad that he at least made progress towards the actual truth, which was first he said he gently put his hand on my shoulder, then he said he actually shook me with both hands, and now and then he also said that he probably wished he would choke me. It's really interesting to see, like that's why you want people to talk. That's why you want people to.
Yes.
I don't want to deplatform my dad. I want him to expose himself for who he is.
Was he paid? Was he paid for this?
But she hates all of your she hates all your videos though. Your videos are domestic violence and a hate crime.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what she doesn't get is that all of the talking that she does, like my videos, nothing's changed.
Right.
I've provided more information, or other people's stories, but nothing's changed.
No.
It's not a completely different story from what hers is, and that's how defamation works, because you're making a record of it. You're not just calling people and telling them these things. You're posting them on Discords that you probably believe are private, and they aren't, because people know who she is, and they follow her. They follow that her story changes, and then they get upset and they start sending messages to me.
Yeah. And Onision Onision giving parenting advice. Meanwhile, he's got kids flying out fucking windows at his house.
Exactly.
All of the people involved are.
What I know is that Sarah said that she now has enough money for a down payment on a house, and that she wasn't paid for the interview, but she can't legally say whether or not she was compensated for working with them.
And she said that directly to you?
Yeah.
That's
January
it,
January
insane
20,
that she
January
even,
20 January 23rd of this year. She said a lot of things in the 9-hour conversation.
Insane that she even talked to you for that long. The whole
I was kind of mind blown when she was talking to me, because I was like, dude, I'm getting so much information from this person, and
Yeah.
I'm not giving them anything, obviously, because there's nothing to give. But
yeah.
like it was just like, you know, I think if anything that I gave to her was, I had said, you know, if I hurt your feelings, that wasn't my intention. So I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you know, that's what comes with rejecting people. That's what comes with not wanting to be with people and so forth. You hurt feelings, and it's not a pleasant thing. And that's not
just
let
just let Muse talk.
That's what I
Come on.
that was my part in the conversation, but her part in the conversation was just literally telling me pretty much everything I wanted to know. And a lot of that was like, because in the first stream she did when she was going to attack us, and that's because I had texted her saying that she had raped us because she had admitted to it. And in the first stream she did, she said she was coming forward for that reason. If you go back and watch the stream, she said that they asked, why are you coming forward now? And she said, because he's accusing me of rape in this stream. And she also said she has no more loyalty and so forth.
I didn't actually catch that in live time.
I've asked this before. Like, don't you think? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
you should
no.
press charges.
If you look at the moments right before the clips that I play where she admits to sexual extortion.
Does Muse even have to be here for this? Like, I thought RSN dismissed you, Muse. Why are you still hanging around?
Right.
She's not done yet.
Well,
Yeah.
she's hoping the word Discovery Plus gets brought back up again so she can be a
So
victim.
she can talk about crossover.
Yeah, she can talk about the
And pull up
crossover
mark up a
episode.
bingo square.
Yeah. She's killing the bingo game. Or actually, Onision's killing this bingo game.
He really it'll pick up. I know for a fact it picks
Okay.
up.
They ask her right before those moments. They said, "Why are you?" And then they're like, "Well, it's not like you could rape him, because when people think of rape, they think of somebody being physically stronger than you. They don't think of a gun to your head. They don't think of threatening to kill you or anything like that. They don't think of threats of fear or anything like that.
Like, I know it'd be crazy, but
You hear
like,
that?
maybe you should actually.
Threatening to send your ex-girlfriend after you. So now the sexual assault with her ex was that I guess he said, you're going to do this or I'm going to send Brittany Simon after you.
I guess.
I don't know what connection. She's just trying to get herself in there.
Yeah.
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 Like the way she does it, again, creating these receipts. Like, what do you mean by that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's never came out of her mouth before.
Yeah.
Press charges on that. I don't.
Well, I mean, it's been a good 3 minutes before like anybody addressed her. So like,
So she needed to say something.
She has to get
to insert herself in the conversation.
Yeah, she has to get back from the ghost dimension.
See, that's what I asked an earlier question. First of all, I don't have malice towards her, and so when I don't,
how after all this?
Yeah, I don't have malice towards her. Like what I want for Sarah is I want her to, finish her pre-med thing. In that call, she said that she was in pre-med. I want her to become a medical professional and, be smarter with her life and not do so many stupid fucking things like do, cocaine and stuff. Like, she openly admitted to selling prescription drugs, which is a felony, and she openly admitted to doing cocaine and stuff like that. I want her to stay away from drugs. I've always wanted to stay away from drugs. I want her to have a good, healthy, happy life. And it would be nice if she had...
So can I just say how shitty it is? So he's saying he had this 9-hour conversation with her, and they talked about a lot of private things, and he wants her to do her best. But let me throw out real quick that she's doing cocaine.
Yeah, and selling prescription. She's a drug dealer.
It's the most underhanded. I really want this person to do better, even if they are a stupid whore.
Yeah,
and I'm not referring to anyone on this call, but I'm just saying, like, that's
not nice to say about Clapper.
Yeah,
really not.
I knew you were talking about me.
Being a whore.
Yeah,
but like that shows, because I don't know, and I've always made it clear I don't know a whole lot about Onision. The only content I ever made about him was when he interviewed with Francis Nicotra.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's manipulative. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to act like you're giving oh, I really want them to do their best, you know, regardless of her illegal drug dealing and cocaine usage.
Yeah.
Would admit how fucked up what she's done to us is, but I don't want to see her in a jail cell. I don't want to take money from her. I don't want to do any of that.
I don't want to see her in a jail cell. Did I mention that she's selling and using drugs?
I have her address, officers, if you'd like to call me. The name is Onision.
Yeah.
So going to court, it just seems like that's just like it's pure malice and stuff. And I think that she's a pretty genuinely bad person for the things that she's done. Like the things she's done are pretty unforgivable. But I don't feel like making her miserable is going to make me feel any better or make the situation better. So like when people,
I would echo almost identically the same about my.
Are you out of your fucking mind, Muse? This is when you decide to speak up. This is the absolute wrong time for you to interject, Muse. This is when you should go back to the ghost dimension.
Yeah.
Experience in 2019. That's about what I would say.
I know how you feel. I know what's going on in the situation because, like, I like with the whole like you don't want her to go to jail thing. When I was speaking with the situation I went through, that's what made her come out and tell the truth. Is she asked me if I would tell the police, you know, like would I report her essentially, and I said I would not, you know, and then she admitted it. But like, I don't know.
Sorry, rewind. Who admitted what?
Well, when I spoke with Amber when that situation happened, she asked me if I would tell the police that she lied, and I said I wouldn't report her, and then that's when she ultimately came out and told the truth. But like, maybe you should have that conversation with her. Like, listen, I won't say anything to the police. Just tell the truth.
I wanna move on. Sarah said that she wanted to move on in the phone conversation, and I kept saying, then why did you go on a goddamn documentary?
Yeah.
And she kept just being silent in response to that. She said it multiple times in the conversation, like, if you want.
She is annoying the shit out of me. Like, why is she agreeing with all this? Like, she is on Onision. She keeps talking about wanting to move on, not wanting to make all this shit public, and she keeps bringing it up on the biggest platforms she can find. This is just fucking insanity, man.
Wanted to move on. Why the fuck are you going on a documentary? And she said that. And it was either silence. I think one of the times she said because she wanted to out Shiloh for being a fucking fraud and phony and all that stuff. And
she didn't even say
yeah,
that.
no, right. I told her that they wouldn't include that, and she's like, oh, okay. But no, that should be like a hashtag or something. Tell Discovery Plus to release the full interview.
Not a great hashtag. Yeah, it's very
hashtag tell Discovery Plus to release the full interviews, please, because Onision is asking you nicely.
Yeah.
Like, it can't get any easier than that.
And the look on his face is like, that was pretty damn good, Onision.
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed.
I don't think they ever would.
I challenge Discovery Plus to release the full, unedited fucking interview. You will see so much. I can pretty much guarantee
with
it.
who?
I guess with Sarah and.
I mean, because editing. An interview. I've had people interview for 2 hours. No one wants to watch a 2-hour interview. You edit this shit down so that it's more succinct and so that it flows right. They're not hiding these things from Onision.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, no.
Sarah told me the truth. There's going to be so much dirt, and it's going to debunk so much shit that they said.
So then make the Onision documentary. You make a documentary and refute.
And have Sarah on if you're saying that she told you all these things.
Yeah.
Have her on, and then she could tell what you're saying is the truth.
Yeah.
Told me the truth about what she said. Oh my God. And imagine Discovery Plus or anybody involved trying to defend not releasing the full interview. Imagine that.
Discovery Plus. I know we know that's on. I'm surprised it took this long for Discovery Plus to come back up.
Let me read them again. I'm going to go over them again.
Okay, mark your cards, people.
From the bottom. Muse discusses. Onision talks about choking. Muse claims to be victim of financial abuse. Onision gives life advice. RSN asks for trafficking clarification. Clobber messes up the stream. Technical glitch. Chris Hansen conspiracy. Tiffany says something stupid. Allegedly. Muse claims court took 8 months. Muse mentions medical team. Muse changes trafficking story. Wes loses train of thought. RSN joins panel. Discovery Plus.
Okay.
I promise you the end is peppered, so someone's going to hit a bingo.
Yeah, so someone's got to be
9
close.
more minutes.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see the full, and also let's see the full Shiloh interview. I'd love to see her say all the fucked up shit she no doubt did that they edited out.
Yeah.
Because that chick, she's incredible. She's an incredible, like, her mind should be studied, because the things that she invents and the things that she comes up with are just amazing. Like,
Yeah,
you're like,
I
dude,
don't
you
like
should
that she
you should be
apparently,
a
like,
you should
not
literally be a
like anything.
fucking novelist or a fucking science project or some shit.
Oh, I
Because
know.
You are just like, you saw her interactions with so many streamers.
Well, she told me
her
she was gonna kill
mind-
herself. She said she was gonna kill herself. She sent me that in DM. She's like, "Do you want me to slit my wrist on camera? Will that make you feel better?" I'm like, "What the fuck? She's insane."
That's what dude, that was like my everyday
I
life.
remember seeing that around November-ish was when that was happening.
Yeah, I was covering her, and then she said, "Well, she's like, you want me to slit my wrist on camera? Will that make you happy?" And I'm like, "Like
Bro.
what?"
Bro, I'm feeling amped about this. Discovery Plus, release the full interviews. Do it. Unedited. You guys are gonna get fucked. You release those
Yeah, but bad news. It's not catching on, Onision. I hate to tell you, it's not trending.
full interviews and people will be ruffling. They'll be dying of
Right.
laughter. Just saying,
Yeah,
all
they
They're
the
will.
so
fucked up-
doctored too that it's very interesting to me too. And if they shot in Seattle, that building looks way too familiar because I swear I've shot in that building.
Oh,
But
I don't know.
Because
For
I'm
what
a-
it's
Crossover.
Yeah,
I'm a professional model.
yeah. I see a way to make this about myself. Oh, I'm jumping in.
interviews
I'm a published model.
Yeah, you were fucking dumb.
where everybody's at, it looks like a place in Seattle, and I was like, that's weird.
Who
Shit,
cares?
am I?
That is completely irrelevant.
Yeah, it looks like a place everywhere.
That you've
I'm
been
sure.
to a building before.
Yeah, I'm sure there are buildings that look just like that place in every city in every country.
Hold on. All right. If you could, real soon, wrap up anything you want to say.
Yeah. Real quick. So can I ask you, like, do you think that you and Kai will ever like do a joint video talking about?
Muse's face is like, wait a minute. I thought this was going to be about me.
Talk about me.
Yeah. The fuck are you doing?
All this or no?
I'm the famous one.
Oh shit! You only came-
As far as I'm concerned, that person doesn't exist in the public realm whatsoever and
Yeah.
shouldn't be discussed.
All right.
Okay.
All
All right.
Onision won't discuss Kai. Mark it off.
Okay. Come on.
So let me see. What was I gonna ask about this? Okay. So I thought. Okay. So somebody just sent me a message and they wanted to know like about like the hush money, but is that the money that you're saying is owed to you or?
Yeah, that's the only money that wasn't provided. That was an arrangement, if you will. Like that's the only thing. So
But
And unfortunately, you can't give it to her because that would violate
That
the
would violate the
restraining order. So,
order.
ooh, that's
Well, I was
tough break.
talking with Tiffany about this. So after she called the police on me, she wanted me to give her the money, or she said she would take me to court. Could you imagine if I would have sent her that money after she called the police?
Oh my
and accused me of
God.
trafficking?
Yeah.
What she would be saying?
Oh,
She would be. Yeah.
yeah, no.
Anyway, yeah.
wouldn't that be
with
like?
that money was I have on my other phone. I might do like an unlisted video of these messages because what he released to the public wasn't the full thing. He had told me that, well, you saw what I did to Vince, right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw what I did to Vince, I'll do that to you too. And I was like, no, just give me the money and I will leave. I will be quiet. I'm not going to post about it. No one even knows that I lived with you. It's fine. We'll just resolve this off and we'll go to court. Can we just go to court?
She's making it sound like you threatened her. What you?
Well, yeah, and I love the she's just said, I asked them, can we take it to court? Can we just go to court? Again, I have the text messages, and what I said about Vince was that she tried coming after my son the same. I have the message. She tried coming after my son the same way Vince did. I told her that if she was going to harass me or make up stories about me, I would file a restraining order against her, like I had done against Crystal 1 week prior to this situation. So no, there was never any you saw what I did to Vince, I'll do that to you too. Unless it's Vince lied about me and I prove that Vince was a liar and people fucking hate Vince. But
Right.
that
That's what I interpret it as meaning. Like, you know, if you're going to make up all this bullshit, I'm going to show the actual proof. Just like I did to Vincent.
Just like I did with Vince. And that was all it was. And you know, that video's still there. That with the text message there, so anyone can go and read that and see that she is completely making this up. And the message to me was, "You promised me money. After that, I am gone. I also don't want to take this to court, but act like that, and I will.
Oh, is there?
I don't want contact with you. That's why I never came back."
Is there a Vincent Nicotra square?
There is a Vincent Nicotra square. Did she say it?
Yeah, she said. Well, she said Vince. I mean, that's close enough.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. That works.
Yeah.
Mark it off.
That's the only Vince we know, the one we know and love.
Instead, and just resolve this civilly, and he said no.
All right.
And now I've dealt with it. So.
All right. Well, thank you guys for letting me on. I appreciate it.
Because she dealt with it. It's
well,
over now.
She said it was still pending, so it hasn't been dealt with yet.
Well, the taking me to court part, because I didn't give her the money when she said,
Right.
if you don't give me that money, I'm taking you to court. That was dealt with. She did take me to court several times.
Well, she's done with it. It's in the police and the FBI's.
Well, she keeps saying that I'll be in federal prison.
Yeah, it's up to
It's up to the feds now.
It's up to the Avengers now to take it from here.
Appreciate it. You guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Nice talking to you. All right. Is it just me? Okay.
I think I'm a.
Oh, she's so bad.
All right, is it just me now?
Oh, I'm a star.
I'm a black screen now.
Yes, you are.
There I am. Okay, so just a few wrap-up questions. This one's kind of obvious. Do you think focusing more on hateful people makes you more or less likely to become more like them?
Oh, way more likely. Way more likely.
Yeah, so,
I
and
feel
you don't
like
want to be
that
like
puts you
them.
into a negative mindset, really, like it just by default. Because if you're focusing on the things that are upsetting you, you're not going to be putting energy towards things that actually make you happy.
Do you like, as far as your ideal career day goes, how like if
I am so
Yes,
glad
pissing
you
in a
find
diaper?
me to not be pretty. Because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, whew, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, whew, like, no thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh boy, Donde donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, Donde.
How dare you forget about our fav crying cowboy, Vincent Ambrosio.
Oh yeah, I did forget about Vincent Ambrosio. I apologize. The crying cowboy.
just generally like what would you primarily spend your day doing if you were focusing on your dream career?
You're looking at it.
Yeah, this is it.
Definitely working like with other people, especially. I wish that I had more people that were into film in the way that I am.
Market. Muse wishes more people were into film.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what that means, but awesome.
That's a square.
Yeah.
Been talking about it a lot on Twitter, and I did a cosplay of her
$100 Cash App.
because I just love the project so much. But before the Poppy project, there was the Mars art.
Poppy project. Market if you have it.
Yep.
Poppy project.
You're right. These are coming rapid fire now.
Rhoda's got it.
Rhoda, what's your card number?
Rhoda, I need a card number.
And I love that satire humor. It's really dark and twisted. But I would love to do videos that make people think or like question status quo.
Well,
lots of people question.
Yeah, don't worry about that, Muse.
Yeah.
All of your
People
videos.
do think.
Yeah, people think
When they see.
and question. So you've accomplished your goal there.
That's always been something that I love to do with my work. I love stuff that makes people
like card 004, Wes.
Yeah, I saw that. I just messed something up here.
Thought provoked. So I like working with that type of stuff. So that's probably what I would see myself.
You kind of just sound like me as far as the reason you make videos and so forth. Like people are wondering, you're not a YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's a bingo.
Nice.
Rhoda.
Congratulations.
Nice, Rhoda.
Congratulations, Rhoda. Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, email West And
You know what? Let's do another. So if anyone gets another one, but by the end of the stream, I'll do another $25 winner.
okay, so
So runner up.
yeah,
runner up.
keep your cards. Make sure everything's still in play. Another $25 is
Yeah, 25 runner up.
okay. $25 runner up. Let's get Wes's cash.
So why are you still making videos? And it's like, because there's a deeper thing there. It's not, it's like a hobby, and it's also like, you know, something that really interests me.
It helps my brain sort
a
through
hobby.
information too. I like to create things that I'm thinking about.
And I just wanted to point out that, in my opinion, I don't know if you agree with this, but I think that a lot of people who like obsess over negative stuff online actually are mentally ill, because it seems like a mental illness. And
Mental
so
illness.
it's almost like,
Yeah,
it's almost
Mark
like
it
if
if you
anything
have
you
mental illness. Onision.
Should I read? Let me go over these one more time.
Yeah. Okay.
Discovery Plus, RSN joins panel, Wes loses train of thought, Vince Nikotra, Muse changes trafficking story, Muse mentions medical team, Muse claims court took 8 months, Chris Hansen conspiracy, Tiffany Lockhart says something stupid, Clobber messes up the stream, technical glitch, RSN asks for trafficking clarification, Onision gives life advice, Onision won't discuss Kai, Muse claims to be victim of financial abuse, Onision talks about choking, Muse discusses hush money, Muse wishes more people were into film, Poppy Project, and mental illness.
Yeah. Muse wishes more people were into film.
you should
Yeah,
probably
why
feel
not?
more sad.
I like
people
that
who
one.
are like obsessing over this kind of thing, because that's what they're doing with their life. Like, I feel sad for myself when
Aw.
I do and have
Don't be sad, Onision.
focused on negativity online
Yeah.
more than being productive. So
Well, you did a really good job facilitating this conversation. If you have any last minute questions, you're welcome to ask. But if you need to head out.
I have 2 more.
Oh, two. I thought you were piecing out. I was like,
No.
okay, bye.
2 more. I said, what do you say? The second last question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years if you focus on nothing but becoming successful and ignoring people who choose to dwell on hate?
I can help you with that one, Muse. Prison.
Oh, I have a lot of plans for.
Muse
kind of
discusses future.
Oh man.
No, that's the square. Muse discusses future.
Yeah, that's a great square.
these experiences that I've had.
I wasn't sure that, like, I saw that on there, and I wasn't sure that was going to be. I was hoping that was going to be.
Jess, I'm sorry. Jess said I think I got bingo. What's the card number, Jess?
Yeah, get your card number, Jess.
be able to connect more with people that have gone through these types of things, because I think that it's really like it's a niche topic, but like the more that people are engaging with social media, the more often this is going to happen. So I think it's important for those people to have not only like legal support, but also just like the know-how of how to keep your information safe and things of that nature. So that would play a huge part in it. I also,
I actually think she'd be pretty good at that. She's very good at keeping her information safe because she tells so many lies. You don't know which information is correct. So,
Yeah.
I think she's onto something here.
also see myself being a lot healthier. For the love of God, please, stable housing.
Oh, stop pooping on people's stop shitting on people's floors. That's a good start.
That is a really
And
good start.
within 10 years, definitely, because I'm working on that piece right now. I've just
Wait, so on card, what was it? Card 5?
Yeah, card 0. Is it 005?
I don't see a bingo there.
Uh-oh. Okay, we're
And
gonna
I
put.
think I don't see a bingo. So can you send me a screenshot of what you have? And then also Donde Lita said that they had a bingo.
Oh, Donde.
So I'll verify with on Jess's card, and then I'll look at Donde's. But I want to also mark off what's next in case either of them didn't actually get bingo.
Mm-hmm.
On the card, what did she just say?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Stable house.
Stable
Stable
housing,
housing in 10 years.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I mean, in your mid-30s, that's your goal, is to just be able to rent an apartment.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She's like Joran.
I hope by my mid-30s I'm able to support myself in some way where I can afford my own place.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an improvement from where she's at.
That's sad.
Yeah,
But 10 years.
Yeah.
Like people become doctors in less time. I'm just trying to get a place to live.
Yeah.
Just had to move so many times from like my addresses being released and stuff. So I definitely look forward to like being able to.
Your address
was the address released?
Her address was never released.
No.
That Muse claims to be doxxed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Settle down because I am still rather young, but I have more of a drive for things that take more time. So I'm willing to put in that time because I know that it's going to be worth it. I'm excited for the journey.
No, Ali, she's in her mid 20s, so he's saying by her mid 30s she wants to have a house or some kind of stable living arrangement.
My mental health may slip back down, but I mean, that's life.
I mean, it's great that you have like real aspirations for your, personal interests and what inspires you on a soul level, probably. What steps do you want to take to become a more successful person in your personal life? Like right now, what could you be doing differently?
I don't want to do anything.
Right now, probably my biggest focus is like
TikTok.
Really attending to my friendships and like really working on like myself so that because after not being in a relationship since 2019 and just being solo and like traveling the country basically, but moving around that whole time.
Okay, so Klopp, real quick.
Yeah.
If I'm unable to verify Jess's card, Donde Lita does have a bingo.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it's either Jess or Donde. So
yeah, so I just need to because Jess was first. I need to verify her card first, but
yeah.
If not, Donde Lita does have a bingo.
Nice. Well, congratulations, Jess or Donde. And congratulations, Muse, for basically wanting to be Scooby-Doo and just travel around the country, solving this.
She's just traveling
like a carny.
Yeah, just travel.
And also moving residences at the same time.
Yeah,
getting kicked out, asked to leave. Same thing.
Same thing.
Right.
Developed like a strong love for my isolation, but now it's a matter of almost reintegrating back into society and remembering how to
wait. I'm sorry, but how do you have a love for isolation if you're completely dependent on others for a way to live?
Yeah, you really shouldn't love isolation.
Is it because once you live with them, they start locking themselves away in rooms or walking around in headphones so they don't have to communicate or talk with you?
Well, when she moves in, she essentially owns the home because it's
her home. Yeah, they let you stay there.
Yeah,
that's why you have to hiring the housekeeper. That's not a me decision. That's a household decision.
Yeah, right.
I need to sit down with her. Maybe we'll go over my budget and talk about if I can afford it at this time.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check with Mason on that one.
And she's like, I really think you should hold off. Thank you.
Yeah.
I am so glad that you find me to not be pretty because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive because the energy that you're radiating, no thank you.
Oh boy, this tool John Kennelly sat and donated $3 in backwards extortion. You guys realize how traumatizing that few minutes was?
I do realize it. The stool John Kennelly sat on. Man, that stool's seen some bad things, man.
And that other guy sat on it too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
the guy with the cat.
Yeah.
Crazy Trini.
Yes.
Yeah, they just wanted naked people in Virginia.
He wasn't even going to do anything, though.
No, I know he wasn't.
Human. That's pretty much what stage I would consider myself to be on right now because I've done a year plus of therapy.
Oh, shit. Bingo's over.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think someone would probably get like a blackout at this point.
Yeah, right.
They're about to hit all the hits.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see where it goes.
Do you think that on your Twitter you want to post more content that promotes your business?
Well, I think Repsion and Repsion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and maybe less content that acknowledges their existence.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain just auto
Don't say
filled
it.
in a phrase, and I
Okay.
was like, "Do not."
I thought she was going to
But
say
yes,
she
I will be
dissociated.
doing that. And I think that that is like a really good note. I hope that people enjoyed this stream and that this
Oh
one.
wow, real stream,
I'm
shut
so
up. How
glad
about that?
that you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, whew, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating.
I know. Bad energy. Bad juju.
No, thank you.
Oh boy, Onlytization donated $3 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, Ollie.
Wes, homie, you don't want any further Muse beef. Don't go chasing waterfalls, just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Did you just quote TLC on purpose?
Yeah, Tiffany Lockhart and I actually danced to that at the homecoming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she, I mean, and speaking of waterfalls, she just tears.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't
Yeah.
believe that she actually got to dance with the captain of the speak and debate team.
Right.
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 Yeah. So you're welcome again.
Well, I
If
couldn't
you did-
debate my way out of it. So.
Yeah,
sure can.
that's true.
No.
You sure can.
And apparently, I did say something stupid, and Robert, you did too, because
What?
Crazy Trini was in Florida, not DC.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
Maybe they brought the stool.
I thought it was the same house.
It looked like
Envisioning in
like
my
the same.
head.
It looked like the same house.
Yeah.
He's saying OnlyFans collab. What did you want to promote your OnlyFans real quick before we close?
Oh no, I am good on that, but people can find me on Twitter if they're really
What,
interested.
you don't like money?
I do like money, but
Oh,
I don't
she
like
loves
it
it.
as much as these.
Oh,
guys.
you know
Greg.
what? You're right. No, you're
Oh,
right, because this is
really?
a stream about cancel culture and stuff, and you don't want to piggyback promote yourself based on that. That is,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't even think of that. Look at you. That was impressive.
Look how smart you are, Muse talks.
Yeah.
Ah, shucks.
She's so proud of herself.
Yeah, go ahead and pat yourself on the back. You just got a biscuit from Onision. Congratulations.
All right, talk later, guys. Bye.
All right. Okay, bye. So that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
I got one more donation coming in, so can we hold off until this comes in?
Yeah. One
Perfect.
more donate. What? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
I wonder who that's from.
It's from no one.
Yeah, I hear you typing.
yeah.
not typing.
I got you. So
Those are just typing sounds. But
yeah.
I do want to thank everyone for coming by. This was awesome. Clobber, thank you for hosting this.
I
stream.
actually wanted to read something that Jen wrote, and again, I don't know, like this is just what Jen said, but she has actually had some kind of Jen Simpson had some kind of dealing with
I'm so glad
with
that you
Muse.
find me to not be pretty.
Oh my goodness.
Because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, whew, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because like, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, whew, like, no thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh boy, Wes Most from Rhoda donated $50 in backwards extortion.
Wow, thank you, West.
Rhoda wanted me to give you half of her win because you are one of her favorite streamers.
Yeah.
She said nothing about Tiffany Lockhart. Maybe that means fuck Tiffany Lockhart.
Probably.
Fuck you, Tiffany. Sincerely, Rhoda.
Rhoda, I think that was a little.
Aw, Rhoda.
Rhoda, I think that was
Yeah, that was rude.
a little harsh, Rhoda. But I do agree with the sentiment.
I think it was uncalled for. I would never.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been a bit aggressive, but not uncalled for. I wouldn't
Well,
say.
especially on a stream like this when we're just trying to have a good time.
Yeah,
money. I
play
think
some
that was
bingo.
uncalled for.
Yeah, it might have been a
Rhoda-
little much.
Rhoda, be better.
So Jen said, so I wanted to explain why it seems like I'm so angry at Muse. In February 2020, I lost my amazing fiance, Lee. It was so sudden and brutal. I went to help his mom with shopping, and by the time we got back, he was gone. An aneurysm, they told me. He was dead before he hit the floor. I was a total mess. I'm sure you can imagine. I laid in bed for weeks and slowly started watching YouTube. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. seems like the loneliest time to me. I stumbled across Muse's channel. She seemed like she was in so much pain, like me. I used to watch Brittany Simon, so I kind of knew who she was, and I left a message asking if I could help. And after confusing me with her therapist, she confused her with her therapist? She asked me for money. No surprise there. And I gave it to her. It was at the lowest point in my life, and I just wanted there to be less pain in the world. and how many other gens are there like that? So, yeah. Muse.
So that's not the only story I've heard of people meeting her or coming across, getting retweeted and then reading some of her comments and feeling bad for her because she would post these cryptic things about losing housing or being a victim of abuse or struggling with, wanting to commit suicide. So you would reach out to her and it would be, like, I need money. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And so people would donate. People who didn't have the money to donate would donate $15 or $20. I know Ree was talking about when she first met her, either wanting to or actually giving her money and trying to assist her in filling out, the paperwork to get disability, because that was her claim then, that she was just waiting for the paperwork so that she could refile because her mother had lost it. And so, yeah, that story, it's sad, but it's sad that it's not unique.
Yeah.
That there's as many people have come forward. Just think about how many people have never heard of my videos. They don't know anything about YouTube. They don't know who Muse is. They know her by her real name or whatever name she was using at the time. And they were also victimized in some little way or in a big way.
Yeah.
Who knows? But if 13 people were able to come forward from a video on my channel that has like 20,000 views, just think about how many people there actually are out there. Because as big as YouTube seems, it's a really small world. I mean, EDP, 2.2 million subscribers. I never heard of him. I don't know anyone who knew anything about the guy.
Yeah.
So even though it seems like Twitter and everyone's on Twitter and everyone's on YouTube and everyone knows about everything, there's so many people who don't know shit about what's going on.
Right.
And
I am so
if
glad
they
that
did,
you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, fuck, the energy that you're radiating.
There's some bad energy, Muse.
bad juju.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I get you.
Oh boy, E.E. Snell donated $5 in backwards extortion.
Thank you, East now.
He have some money.
Thank you, East. Thank you, East now. Bless you. Bless you. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's there's who knows how many other, Jen Simpsons there are out there.
Yeah, there's a ton. I mean, even like we talked about last time, you weren't even going to make anything, just if the trafficking thing hadn't happened.
Yeah, of course. I had no reason to.
No, definitely. And it was just a matter, get out of my house, get out of my life. So that sentiment would have been for many people.
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, again, this was a lot of fun. I love me some Muse bingo.
That was great. Yeah, we'll have to do another.
Yeah,
We'll have to do it
bingo
again.
section.
She'll be back.
yeah. Well, I mean, there are some deep cuts.
There's a birthday stream.
Yeah, there's some.
Oh yeah.
There's some content. There's still some content out there where she cycles through the greatest hits. So.
And that birthday stream is like 4 hours.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that the whole. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
I am so glad that you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive. Because, fuck, the energy that you're radiating, no thank you.
Oh boy, Arima donated $50 in
Thank you so much,
backwards extortion.
Aramore. Aramore, I don't know if you have a message, just type it out in the chat, and I'll be sure to read it.
They sent me the message.
Oh, go ahead, Wes. What is the
Fuck
message?
you, Tiffany Lockhart.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus,
man, again?
Yeah.
What the
no,
hell?
I don't even. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like an
That's-
angry.
that
an
sounds
angry
about-
emoji.
I'm with you, Aramore.
Wow.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Are you Aramore?
Yeah, I just donated that. But yeah, no. So again, yeah, and everything today for this stream is going to the Polaris Project, which is the organization that is fighting or helping people who've actually been victims of human trafficking. So
Yeah. Okay, but that 50 from Rhoda, she wants that to go to you. So
right. Well,
yeah.
yeah,
I just want to make that clear.
yeah. That'll be wasted.
And then she wants it to go to me.
No.
She said
No,
that.
no, she definitely doesn't want
all
that.
she wanted to go to you was the message, "Fuck you, Tiffany Lockhart."
No, that was
delivered
you
3 times.
because I heard you typing it.
No, I
And
wasn't
she
typing.
she said in the chat that she wanted it to go to me. Actually, she said that She wanted me to have a drink, but
Right, so-
I would rather just have a 50 thing.
So you know the exposed video about Rhoda is like just a day or two out.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Jen, actually, not at all. You're not a buzzkill at all. We're just, we're saying like that, like your story is sadly probably not the only one, and that's the kind of shit that she depends on. So
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing too is that there's so many little people only think of the larger, the trafficking or the other things, but there's so many smaller things that she's done where people didn't even realize until afterwards that they had been taken advantage of, and then it's the amount of people who have lost trust in others, and when someone does need help, you're less willing to help because of your interactions with Muse. And that's the impact that she's making on the world. That's the mark that she's leaving, is she's just making people less trusting of others. And that's shitty. To go around spreading all this bullshit about positivity and living your, I don't even know what the fuck she's about, but and while you're out here just bringing so much harm into the world, how can you sit there on your channel that no one watches, that no one cares about, and just keep lying like this? Because it just makes you look dumb. Yeah. It would be like me making a lot of content about like, you should never let weirdos in your house. Only stupid people do that, when like I let this weirdo in my house, and I'm still paying for it over, because it could have been done many, many times, but she's going to continue digging this hole for herself, because eventually I guess she thinks she's going to get to China, but this shit's just collapsing on her. Mm-hmm. Well, I was talking about like if you were to try and dig to the earth, clobber.
Yeah, I've actually tried that. It didn't go as well as I thought.
Didn't work.
I did get electrocuted several times. Yeah, let me get some hearts in the. Can we get some hearts in the chat for Jen? Let's get some hearts in the chat for Jen. Don't make me play thought crimes. I still have thought crimes, and I know a lot of people aren't familiar with what thought crimes is, and you don't want to know.
You don't.
So yeah, let's get some hearts in the chat for Jen. Well, when we we're gonna wrap this baby up right now. So, Wes, you got anything coming up? I know there was some talk about EDP.
Yeah, there's an EDP video with Chris Hansen and Predator Poachers, Ghost from CC Unit. We got the lawyer from RM Warner, and working on EDP joining. He's agreed to if some certain things are met. So working to see if that can happen.
Oh, thank you, Tiffany, Rhoda, Phantasm Art, Aramore. Thank you. You've all heard thought crimes, so you know.
And that'll be this week. So.
Okay, I'm not getting the response that I'm gonna have to go old school clobber right now on people.
There's a lot of hearts coming in.
Okay.
So just hold off on that with your trigger finger over there.
It's too late. It's already happening. No, maybe it's not.
Clobber fucked up the stream.
Clobber fucked up the stream. I told you that's like a free square. Yes, okay. I'm still gonna play it though, because I'm a fucking dick. No. And then Tiffany Lockhart.
Yes.
You are actually finally.
That crime. Do that crime.
All that for 7 seconds. That's what she said.
That is exactly what she said while crying.
Yeah.
Asking for money for Uber.
Yeah. So Tiffany Lockhart, finally you got off your dead ass and are making content.
Yeah, just this morning, Amanda James and I recorded a video about Lauren's pre-sentencing.
Oh, nice.
Paperwork. Yeah, it's good stuff. So I will be uploading that. I was working on that actually when I got the text. Oh, are you ready to stream?
Yeah. When I mentioned that I fucked up the stream 3 minutes before the stream, I forgot that I didn't tell Tiffany that we were streaming today.
That you find me to not be pretty, because if I had to have people around you in my vicinity, I'm glad that I'm repulsive, because like fuck, the energy that you're radiating, like, no thank you.
Oh boy, the large father Tron donated $3
Thank
in
you, Tron.
backwards extortion. Bribe money for thought crime.
I played. I can't believe people are bribing for thought crimes. Come on. I just played it. Thank you, Tron. Okay, so yeah, subscribe to Wes, subscribe to Tiffany, subscribe to the I forgot the person's name from the opening song, but she has a really she did a really great job with that song. And any final thoughts, guys?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think we've kind of said it all. Yeah. She's continuing with her bullshit.
Yeah.
And there's no end in sight at all. She's escalating while she's saying, please leave me alone.
Yeah. Wes?
No, just thank you. And
Okay, yeah, my pleasure. So yeah, stay tuned, and hopefully I'll be on again this week sometime, maybe with some Jorn stuff or maybe some TCAP stuff. So
Clobber, we have to do a EDP confrontation bingo. That'll be a good one.
yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, there's a lot. It'd be a good analysis and good bingo. So.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. So yeah, I like that idea. So yeah, stay tuned to this channel, and in fact, you can just unsubscribe from Tiffany Lockhart if you're subscribed to her.
Yeah, I did that this morning.
Yeah, I'm not subscribed to her,
content.
so I feel like such a hypocrite for saying that.
Of course.
All right, thank you.
All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us, and until next time, goodbye, my precious princesses.